I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 1, Wandering Seeds. Prologue. In 1957, the Soviet Union sent the first satellite into space, taking the first step in human exploration of space. In 1620, the first Dutch submarine was launched, opening the steps for human exploration of the ocean. In 1978, the American died. Oh no, Smith led my grandfather into the Sahara desert and died. Later, my grandfather asked someone to bring me a diary, which recorded in detail the stories of their 438 days in the Sahara. ? Excerpted from Interviews with the Richest Man. In 2023, Jiang Chen was 19 years old and was admitted to Wanjiang People's Hospital. No money. Notify the family. He has no family. His parents are both members of the Chinese expedition team. They joined the team to explore the Sahara Desert 15 years ago, and where are his relatives? The relatives disliked his family's poverty, so they cut off all ties with him. Oh, he still owes the hospital 30,000 yuan? How about the oxygen? Jiang Chen. Doctor, I think I can still be saved. After all, I'm only 19 years old, still a child. There's no way. You've already owed money. According to the regulations, we can only. By the way, if you have no relatives, I think donating. No, I have a friend. Jiang Chen took out his cell phone and called Wang Sanpang. Wang Sanpang was Jiang Chen's younger brother. Oh no, brother. At this moment, Jiang Chen just wanted Wang Sanpang to take him home and bury him next to the bamboo forest in his hometown, because he liked the bamboo forest and he liked the sound of the wind blowing the bamboo leaves under the bright moonlight at night. Waiting for the fat man is a long process. At this moment, Jiang Chen wanted to be quiet for a while. He lay on the bed and turned on his mobile phone. He wanted to download a game to calm down. Jiang Chen clicked on them all, which had many games. Exciting Warrior, King of Pesticides, Chicken You Are Too Beautiful, Ghost Basketball. Looking at the awkward games one by one, Jiang Chen was a little disappointed. While sliding his fingers, Jiang Chen suddenly saw a golden seed. Jiang Chen subconsciously stopped his hand. After all, he was a college student and he knew a lot about seeds. Out of curiosity, Jiang Chen reached out and clicked on the download page of the desert seed. After entering the page, he saw a countdown clock on the download page, and there was a sentence next to it. There are still 30 seconds left before the download experience of this game. After 30 seconds, this game will automatically disappear. This software, it must be said, has successfully attracted Jiang Chen's attention. Download it and see what you are. Jiang Chen clicked the download button. The app was only over 20 megabytes, not very big, so it took less than 2 seconds to finish after clicking on it. PS, a real man never needs 5 seconds. Then it was installed. During the installation, some strange pictures appeared in the game. In the first year of the ancient Taixi era, the planet Pater was full of oases, until one day a sandstorm came. Jiang Chen looked at the pictures of the raging sandstorms on the screen, and fell into deep thought. How is the Earth today not the same as the planet Pater? More than a decade ago, the people on Earth did something that caused the desert to undergo a huge change. The surging desert swallowed up the oases everywhere. The Sahara Desert in North Africa swallowed up the entire Central Asia. Now the sandstorm has attacked the border of China. Every spring, the sandstorm in the desert will even blow directly to the sea. The game was quickly installed to 90%, and the illustrations on the phone were still playing. King Jia led his people to use his life's strength to develop plants that can grow in the desert. Unfortunately, the sandstorms flooded his kingdom and destroyed his laboratory. King Jia had to compress the seeds into a chip through the power of technology and then throw it into the vast universe. Wandering Seeds. I haven't heard of them, but I have seen The Wandering Earth. The game has a strong sense of immersion, and Jiang Chen likes it very much. After the installation of the desert farming game was completed, I quickly entered the game page. The game page suddenly got stuck, and a picture appeared on the screen. This picture is the background picture of the app, a golden seed, which rises on a golden desert. There is also a line of words below. Go find a home for the seeds, where you will get endless wealth and life. Looking for your sister. I'm just playing a game. Are you really going to let me go to the desert? Newbie task. Find the Sahara desert. Find it, and turn it into the largest oasis in the world. Oh my god. I have a bad temper, and I turned the Sahara desert into an oasis? Why don't you let me coach Chinese football to win the championship? My name is Jiang Chen. I'm a materialist, so I'm going to shut down this nonsense software. Brother Chen, come on, I'll take you home. Wang Sanpang came outside the door. The fat man was a rough man, more than 1.8 meters tall, a little dark, with a round face, small eyes, and looked silly, but you should not bully him for his low IQ, otherwise he will beat you to death. Question mark? Let's go, be discharged. Question mark? Before leaving, Jiang Chen spat at the hospital. Jiang Chen scolded them for their medical ethics. Could it be that he could only wait to die because he had no money? You know, his grandfather, father, and mother all sacrificed their lives in the desert for the cause of all mankind. How could they treat the descendants of heroes like this? The security guard of the hospital wanted to beat him, and Jiang Chen felt it was time to lie down. But at this time the dean came out and said, "The ground is dirty, walk slowly, hero!" Exclamation mark. Jiang Chen's hometown is on the hillside. In the morning, he sits alone beside the bamboo forest and looks up to see a long river. The peach blossoms are in full bloom in March, which reminds Jiang Chen of an ancient poem. Question mark? At sunrise, the flowers on the river are redder than fire. In spring, the river water is green as blue. Question mark? For some reason, Jiang Chen suddenly wanted to visit the desert. His parents and grandfather are buried there. Every year, countless people in this world risk their lives to visit it, just for the gold buried in the desert. No, just to unravel the reason for the desert's brutality. But Jiang Chen is different. He just wants to complete the unfinished mission of his parents. Besides, he is a dying man anyway. A dying man's words are also strong. Instead of dying in a small shabby house, it is better for him to die in the desert, so that their family will be reunited. Question mark? By the riverbank, Jiang Chen patted Fatty Wang on the shoulder and said, "Fatty, take me to the desert." Fatty Wang lit a cigarette, took a few puffs, and threw it on the ground. They looked at the rushing Wanjiang River together. Fatty said, "Brother, there may be something going on at home." Question mark? After all, it was a dead end, and even an expedition team fully loaded with equipment could not return. Question mark? In the afternoon, the thatched house of Fatty's family caught fire. Some people suspected that Jiang Chen did it. Jiang Chen was speechless. Later, the cause was found. It was that he did not put out the cigarette he smoked at noon. Jiang Chen had said a long time ago that people should not throw cigarette butts casually, otherwise they would suffer retribution. Fatty said that this was all God's will. It happened that his home was gone, so he would accompany him to the desert and fulfill a wish of a dead man. Question mark? Chapter 2 I ordered to kill it in the desert. After leaving his hometown Wanjiang City, Jiang Chen used his limited money to buy a plane ticket to Xin province, and then took a bus to Mojiang County, a small county next to the Sahara Desert. When Jiang Chen arrived in Mojiang, most of Mojiang had been swallowed by the desert. When the yellow sand blew, no one could be seen in front of him. Jiang Chen had thought about the desert many times, but when he faced it, he was a little at a loss. Brother Chen, we have seen the desert. The wind and sand are too strong. The people in Mojiang County have evacuated. Let's go back. Seeing that the wind and sand were too strong, Wang Sanpang backed out. Jiang Chen was not afraid of the wind and sand. He had a special feeling for the desert, an inexplicable sense of intimacy. So he looked at Wang Pangzi and said, "How can a hero like me go to the desert? Fatty, you evacuate with the people, and let me stay and fight." Anyway, Jiang Chen had nowhere else to go. Fatty Wang persuaded Jiang Chen several times, but Jiang Chen refused, so he could only leave with his luggage. After Fatty Wang left, Jiang Chen bought a camel. He planned to take advantage of the strong wind to enter the Mojiang Desert. Yes, it was the Mojiang Desert, which is the easternmost desert of the Sahara Desert. Jiang Chen remembered that his grandfather had written in his diary that if you want to enter the heart of the Sahara Desert, you must enter the Mojiang Desert, and the best time to enter the Mojiang Desert is the storm month in March. In the storm month, the Mojiang Desert will open a window to the world. At this moment, as long as you cross the storm, you can welcome the calm Mojiang. Jiang Chen rode a camel and took food and water and a compass to the desert according to the instructions in his grandfather's diary. Just after leaving Mojiang County, Jiang Chen found that his compass was unusable. The wind and sand were too strong, and it was difficult to identify the direction at this moment, so Jiang Chen could only retreat to Mojiang County according to his sense of direction. After all, the Green Mountains are still there. Forget it, Jiang Chen just doesn't want to die so soon. But soon Jiang Chen found that he was lost. He was spinning in the wind and sand, and the camel didn't want to go either. It hid beside a sand wall and refused to move. Jiang Chen had no choice but to wear sunglasses and cover his nose to walk by himself. After all, if it was covered by the wind and sand, he couldn't walk, even if he wanted to. After Jiang Chen tossed in the wind and sand for a long time, he found that there was no way back except for the roaring wind around him, and Jiang Chen was lost. Just when Jiang Chen thought he was going to die, he heard the fat man shouting, "Brother Chen, Brother Chen." Jiang Chen answered him. The two met in the wind and sand. Jiang Chen opened his mouth and a mouthful of sand was full of sand. The two of them hid beside a half-collapsed wall. Jiang Chen covered his mouth and shouted, "Fatty Wang, why are you back?" Fatty Wang's brain is not working well sometimes. He looks stupid, so people call him a big fool, but sometimes he is smarter than a monkey. "Brother Chen, my wallet is with you. I can't buy a ticket. Without a ticket, I can't leave. Damn. This reason. Is this all God's will? Fatty Wang, we are lost. It's impossible to go back. My grandfather wrote in his diary that this sandstorm can spread to most of China, so we have no way to retreat and can only move forward." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang shouted with the wind and sand blowing on his head, "I know, when we came here, they said that if we don't leave now, we will definitely not be able to leave. If we can't leave, we have to go into the desert." After Fatty Wang finished speaking, I wondered, have they all read my grandfather's notes? Why? Go into the desert, the bodies will dry up quickly. Fuck you. Jiang Chen cursed and dragged Fatty Wang's camel towards the desert in the wind and sand. Fatty Wang followed behind me. Jiang Chen remembered that his grandfather's notes once wrote, "If you get lost in the desert, look up at the North Star. The North Star will guide you." Jiang Chen looked up, the annoying North Star. Jiang Chen remembered what my grandfather wrote in his notebook, "Without the North Star, just feel the wind. The wind in the Mojiang Desert blows from east to west." Jiang Chen stood up and stretched out his hands to feel the direction of the wind. Fatty Wang came over and shouted at Jiang Chen, "Brother Chen, when the hell did you start imitating the Titanic?" Jiang Chen really wanted to kick him down. Jiang Chen identified the direction and led Fatty Wang all the way into the desert. They walked for an unknown number of days in the world full of wind and sand. They were really glad that they did not encounter quicksand along the way. When the two of them finished drinking water, the wind in front finally weakened. After walking for more than 10 miles, the storm stopped. It was dusk, and a golden sand dune rose and fell one after another. A large piece of fire clouds hung in the west sky. The fire clouds kept changing their appearance. The red sunset hung on the horizon. Everything was beautiful beyond description. "It's so beautiful, Brother Chen. We have no water and no food. What should we do? No matter how beautiful the scenery is, it still can't resist the hunger in the stomach." Jiang Chen stood on the hill and looked at the desert that was about to fall at night. It was very quiet. As the night fell, many small insects appeared around. According to Jiang Chen's grandfather's diary, there are many strange animals in the desert that can kill people. There will always be bread. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, there was a sudden ding-dong sound, and his Yali mobile phone vibrated. Jiang Chen was a little surprised. After all, this is a desert. How could there be a signal? Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone, and the mobile phone lit up by itself. It was that software, the Golden Desert farming software. He curiously opened the software, and the Desert Seed app popped up a message box. Jiang Chen curiously opened the message box. Task reminder, congratulations on your successful arrival in the Sahara Desert. You will receive a novice gift package reward. Oh my god, it looks like the real thing. Jiang Chen skillfully clicked on the novice gift package, and another sentence popped up inside. Seed reminder, congratulations on getting the desert cactus seeds. Try planting one. Oh my god, they really gave you seeds. Brother Chen, we are all going to die, and you are still playing games? Do you still have any conscience? The sun sets, and the chill descends. For some reason, Jiang Chen feels the biting cold when he enters the desert. Brother Chen, think of a solution. Shut up. We are all going to die anyway, so why not sit down and relax? So Jiang Chen decisively clicked on the desert farming game. He clicked on the seed page. This is an extremely simple page with a grey wall with more than a dozen squares on it. A sentence pops up on the page. Seed introduction. Desert cactus is also known as giant column cactus. It is the most basic plant to improve the desert. Planting it can block the invasion of wind and sand for you, and can also change the climate of the desert for you. P.S. The novice gift package gives you 100 desert cactus seeds, which need to be purchased in the mall after planting. Oh my god, there's even a mall. This is indeed a game produced by Penguin. When Jiang Chen was about to open the mall to take a look, Fatty Wang came over. Hey, Brother Chen, are you ordering Micho and takeaway? Jiang Chen looked up at the sky. Damn, can you use your brain? Do you know how expensive the delivery fee is in this desert? Question mark. Chapter 3 Activating the Desert Farming System. Brother Chen, buy me 2 bottles of mineral water. I'm so thirsty. Also, give me 2 burgers from Burger King. Get lost. Fatty Wang came over. Jiang Chen decided to stay away from him. After all, he heard that stupidity is contagious. In this desert, if his IQ is lowered, wouldn't he die even more miserably? Moreover, how could there be a signal in this desert? Although Jiang Chen used China Mobile, but, oh my god, how come there is a signal? Jiang Chen was stunned by my phone. He couldn't believe what he saw. Jiang Chen called Yao Yaoling, and the call was connected soon. This is the Yao Yaoling Alarm Center. Is there anything you can help with? I'm in the Mojiang Desert. Please send someone to rescue us. Jiang Chen was overjoyed. Comrade, you will be held accountable for making a false alarm. Please don't occupy other people's police resources. Goodbye. Beep, beep. The phone was hung up. No one would believe that there would be a signal in the Mojiang Desert, just like no one would believe that the country could use satellites to detect the Sahara Desert. It's hopeless. Jiang Chen sat down decadently on a piece of hot sand. It was really cold, and only the exposed sand could give him some warmth. Ding dong. Just when Jiang Chen was disappointed, his phone rang again. It was the boring desert farming game again. Jiang Chen opened his phone, and this crappy game reminded him to plant a desert cactus quickly. Try. I'll try, you idiot. Jiang Chen said as he rustled the seeds. Suddenly, with a loud bang, a desert giant cactus as tall as a poplar suddenly appeared in front of him. Jiang Chen, stunned. Fatty Wang, who was hanging on the tree, was also stunned like Jiang Chen. He almost cried while holding the branch of the giant cactus. Brother Chen, what's going on? How did I get up the tree? In the night, Jiang Chen was suddenly ecstatic. He opened the desert farming app, and Jiang Chen seemed to have discovered a new world. Jiang Chen planted a seed in the ground with a clatter, and suddenly there was a rumble and another desert giant cactus grew out. Jiang Chen stretched out his hand and slapped himself twice. It hurt so much. All of this is true. This app is actually a system. A great system. Jiang Chen opened the desert farming system, and observed it carefully. It was really strange that he had downloaded this software on his phone. If nothing else, his phone should have run out of power long ago, but now it was still fully charged. Not only that, other phones had no signal in the desert at all, but after installing this system, Jiang Chen's Yali phone actually had a signal in the Sahara Desert. Not only that, this system can actually grow trees. Do you know what it means? That trees can be grown in the desert? Exclamation mark. Calm down. Calm down, I'll try to plant another one. Jiang Chen suppressed his inner ecstasy and clicked on the seed of the desert giant column cactus, then slid it to the small square in the lower right corner where the camera was shining. The seed slid in and saw a golden egg light from the seed, and then a giant column cactus more than 100 meters high grew in front of Jiang Chen. You may not know what a giant column cactus is, we don't have it here. The giant column cactus, it grows very tall, just like the one in the bad luck bear. Seed introduction. Desert cactus. It is produced in South America, and it is very conspicuous in the desert. The giant column cactus has a characteristic, that is, it can gather rainwater and change the temperature. If used properly, it can gather rainwater to meet the drinking water needs of desert people. P.S. This message comes from the system seed introduction. Jiang Chen held the Yali mobile phone in his hand and looked at the cold night of the desert. It's time to eliminate you, the hateful cold. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen took out his phone and planted a circle of desert giant cacti with him and Wang Panzi as the center. After the cacti were planted, the temperature in the cactus circle suddenly increased a lot. It was April, and Huago, who was at the same latitude, had already put on short sleeves. Lying on the warm sand, Jiang Chen felt much more comfortable. Brother Chen, please save me. There are monsters growing in the Sahara desert. Please save me. Jiang Chen had just laid down to enjoy the desert night when Wang Panzi shouted. That's right, Jiang Chen almost forgot that Wang Panzi had been hanging on the giant cactus for half a day. Jiang Chen took out an axe from his bag. Don't ask where he got the axe from. He brought it for self-defense. Jiang Chen chopped the cactus while shouting to Fatty Wang, hold on, I'll save you right away. With one axe, the cactus actually sprayed water. The thirsty Jiang Chen hurriedly picked up the cup to drink the water. It's true that the cactus water was really sweet. Even the Yabao in China didn't taste so good. Jiang Chen suddenly thought that if he could survive in the future, he would plant more of this tree and then develop cactus branded mineral water to sell. After drinking a jar of water, Jiang Chen thought of Fatty Wang again. He was such a worrying fat man. So Jiang Chen continued to chop the cactus. Fortunately, the cactus was not made of wood. Jiang Chen chopped down the cactus in less than a dozen axe strokes. After chopping down the cactus, he saved Fatty Wang. Fatty Wang was grateful. He looked at the cactus that suddenly appeared in the desert and was very curious. Brother Chen, what's going on? Jiang Chen said, maybe this is a miracle. At night, Fatty Wang, who hadn't slept well for a long time, fell asleep. Fatty Wang fell asleep, but Jiang Chen was not in the mood to sleep. Under the starry sky, Jiang Chen sat on the sand dune. The moon came out at some point. The crescent moon hung on the horizon, and the moonlight stretched the shadow of the cactus very long. Jiang Chen turned on his phone and clicked on the desert farming app. Taking advantage of the night, he wanted to study it carefully. After all, it might make Jiang Chen the first hero in the world to conquer the desert. This app is not much different from other game apps. After entering the page, there are 3 sections on it. The first section is called My Seeds. Click on My Seeds. There are 16 seed boxes, but most of them are empty. Click on the second section of the app. Its name is Shopping Mall. I clicked on the shopping mall. The mall was not very cool. The mall page was divided into 2 parts. On the left were seed boxes, and on the right was a brief introduction. As long as you clicked on the seed on the left, you could see the brief introduction in the box on the right, which detailed the characteristics, price, and purchase method of the seed. Jiang Chen looked at the seed column of my mall. Only 2 grids in the seed column were unlocked, and the other grids were sealed with chains. Jiang Chen clicked on the first seed, and a brief introduction appeared on the right. Chapter 4 Bermuda Lawn. Seed Introduction. Desert Cactus. The improved desert cactus can adapt to various deserts. Planting it in the desert can initially improve the desert environment and provide a certain amount of water. Seed price. 100 meter high cactus 1000 yuan. 500 meter high cactus 500 yuan. 10 meter high cactus 100 yuan, and cactus seedlings 10 yuan each. Looking at this price, it is really a conscientious price. You know, the cost of planting a tree on the edge of the desert in China is as high as 20,000. After looking at the desert cactus, Jiang Chen looked at the second unlocked seed again. In the second seed box, it was not a seed, but a small piece of green stuff. Of course, it was not hair. Seed introduction. Desert Bermuda lawn seeds. Bermuda lawns are mostly used between golf courses and villas. They are also planted in high-end football fields. The grass is evergreen all year round and has a strong green meaning. After being improved, there are no insects or mosquitoes in the grass. This is the best place to escape the summer when mosquitoes are rampant. Price of lawn. 1000 yuan per square meter for 10 centimeters high lawn. 500 yuan per square meter for 5 centimeters high lawn, 100 yuan per square meter for seedlings, and 20 yuan per square meter for seeds. PS. This seed grows very slowly. After seeing the price, Jiang Chen exclaimed that it was too cheap. This is a desert. 1000 yuan directly for 1 square meter of lawn, lying on it to sunbathe, without mosquitoes infestation. This is simply a fairy-like life. However, he touched his pocket. Damn, Jiang Chen seemed to have no money to see a doctor. But what's wrong with having no money? Isn't Fatty Wang rich? Anyway, this guy's money is always cheated by others. Instead of being cheated by others all the time, it's better to take it out and contribute to all mankind. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen opened his backpack. There was 10,000 yuan in the backpack. Jiang Chen held the money and looked at the mobile phone. This PID system, how can I recharge it? It seems that this system also has induction. When Jiang Chen took out the money, the system actually popped up a window with a ding dong. Recharge reminder. The system detected 10,000 yuan in cash. Do you want to recharge in cash? Oh my god, sure. Jiang Chen clicked yes. The system prompted Jiang Chen to point the camera at the cash. Jiang Chen pointed the camera at the cash and saw that thing scanned it like a quarter code. Soon, the money on the ground disappeared. Jiang Chen took a breath of cold air. This system. Recharge reminder. The player has recharged 10,000 yuan. The account balance is 10,000 yuan. Jiang Chen looked at the upper right corner of the shopping mall. It showed a balance of 10,000 yuan. After recharging the money, Jiang Chen felt relieved. Well, for the sake of all mankind, let's start farming. After saying that, Jiang Chen clicked to buy 100 square meters of seedlings. That's right, 10,000 yuan. In Jiang Chen's hometown, this is the money that ordinary people can earn by farming for half a year. So Jiang Chen didn't dare to buy lawns of 1000 yuan per square meter, nor did he dare to buy seeds. After all, it said that it grows slowly. Don't wait until he starves to death before it grows up. After buying the seeds, he returned to the interface and clicked on the My Seeds grid. There was indeed an extra seed in it. Jiang Chen clicked to plant. After clicking on the lawn, he swiped into the lower right corner of the screen frame. Suddenly, a square meter of green grass grew under Jiang Chen's feet. Great. Although the grass had just grown out, it was mixed in the yellow sand, and it was difficult to see without careful observation. However, being able to grow grass in the desert was epoch-making. Amazing. With this system, I can turn the entire Sahara desert into an oasis. In this way, wouldn't I be able to turn over a new leaf? However, if Jiang Chen wanted to realize his dream, he had to have a lot of money. After all, the investment cost was not low. After planting 1 square meter of lawn, Jiang Chen was ready to plant the other 99 square meters. Jiang Chen clicked on planting and found that there was a continuous planting mode. He clicked on continuous planting. There were patterns on it. Some were rectangular, some were square, and there were also patterns of heart, which was really humanized. Jiang Chen clicked on a circle, then entered the number of square meters to be planted next to it, and clicked done. Just as Jiang Chen imagined 100 square meters of Bermuda lawn appearing in front of him, the system dinged. Consumption tips. This contiguous planting mode consumes 100 yuan. If the balance is insufficient, please recharge. What the hell? Why are you charging for everything? Jiang Chen was very disappointed with the system. This is something that benefits all mankind. Why are you so obsessed with money? Forget it. Just plant it yourself. Jiang Chen clicked on the system and planted it one by one. When he finished planting 100 square meters of Bermuda lawn, the weather became a little cooler, and the grass on the ground showed some teeth. In a desert, this was particularly conspicuous. By the way, doesn't the farming app have 3 modules? I have to see what the other module is. While Fatty Wang was still sleeping, Jiang Chen sat under the cactus tree and began to study the desert farming app. Click on the golden seed, enter the desert farming app, and then click on the task module on the far right. The phone runs very fast. After all, it is a Huaqiang phone. Domestic phones are great. After entering the task module, a pop-up window popped up. Task reminder, completed the novice task and rewarded 100 desert cactus seeds. Task reminder, build a desert tourist resort scenic spot and attract 10 tourists. Task reward, the host will open a building materials mall. Oh my gosh. Building materials mall? Can I just spend money to buy building materials? In that case, can I build high-rise buildings directly in the desert? You are so beautiful. However, this task is not easy to do. Besides, how to build a desert tourist resort scenic spot in this death desert? There are also 10 tourists. Will anyone come to travel? Jiang Chen closed the taskbar. Just as Jiang Chen was about to exit the program, Jiang Chen found a line of small words under the desert farming system app template. Jiang Chen was very surprised. Looking carefully, it says, this system will keep the player's mobile phone fully charged and provide normal internet and call services for a long time, charging 1,500 yuan per month. In addition, if the player is suffering from a terminal illness, this system will start the player protection mode, charging 100 yuan per day. If the player wants to cure it, he needs to go to the center of the desert to find a prescription. Oh my god. Your damn system can actually save lives, but your charges are so reasonable. After all, Jiang Chen is a dying man. You know, Jiang Chen spent 100,000 yuan in the hospital this year. Jiang Chen sold all the valuable things in his home, and even sold the small shabby house in Jiang Chen's hometown to the village chief Zhen Yaoqian. No wonder I feel like I'm not sick for so many days. It turns out that you are helping me. Thank you very much. However, it's very dangerous to go to the center of the desert. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he saw a string of numbers jumping under the system. Jiang Chen looked at it and saw that it was 612 hours, 40 minutes and 36 seconds, and the numbers were still decreasing. Chapter 5, Buying Life. What is this? Why does it look like a countdown? Is it a bomb? Will it blow me up when I run out of money to recharge? Jiang Chen subconsciously clicked on the number, and soon the system popped up another screen. Life countdown. You have been granted a 1-month life protection period, and the remaining time is 612 minutes, 40 minutes and 3 seconds. Please go to the mall as soon as possible to recharge and buy life after the time is up. Oh my god. Jiang Chen was shocked. That's right, Jiang Chen has no money. Jiang Chen quickly clicked on the recharge mall, and sure enough, he found the recharge mall on the top, hidden page of the seed shop. Recharge mall. Please click on the content you need to recharge. The recharge system page has 3 options. The first is the mobile phone power, the second is the mobile phone call, and the third is the mobile phone network. Looking down, there is another not so conspicuous recharge option below. Life protection recharge. Jiang Chen patted his head, and his head was very big at the moment. Jiang Chen finally realized a problem. Money is not everything, but living without money is absolutely impossible. Life costs 100 yuan a day, 3,000 yuan a month, and mobile phone electricity, internet, and calls cost 1,500 a month. This means that it costs 4,500 yuan to live a month, but this is a desert. Where can Jiang Chen make money? Jiang Chen was a little confused. In the early morning, a breeze blew in the desert. Jiang Chen was suddenly much more awake when he blew in the breeze of the desert. Jiang Chen leaned against the sand dune and looked at the golden red sunrise rising in the east. The sunrise pierced through the clouds and instantly filled the sky. The scene was spectacular. Soon the sun rose. The sun in the desert was much bigger than the sun in my hometown, and the red sun wrapped in the sunrise was a scenery that Jiang Chen had never seen before. At a glance, the desert was connected to another sand dune. In the sun, they reflected golden light, which gave people a bit of an illusion as if they were in a world of gold. It's so beautiful. Fatty Wang woke up at some point. He stood up and rubbed his eyes. His hair was messy. He looked at the sun in the east and seemed to be mesmerized. If an uneducated person like Fatty Wang thinks it's beautiful, then it must be beautiful. Jiang Chen always thought so. Oh, how come there is wheat growing here? Fatty Wang seemed to have just discovered the Bermuda lawn planted by Jiang Chen on the ground. He was completely surprised. Jiang Chen smiled and pointed to the lawn on the ground and said, "This is not wheat, this is Bermuda lawn." Fatty Wang, have you seen a golf course? What if you haven't seen it? Ahem. Have you seen the villa area? What if you haven't seen it? Pretend I didn't say anything. Remember, Fatty Wang, from today on, this desert will become an oasis. From now on, I'm the master of this desert. Please call me. Jiang Chen stretched out his hand to signal Fatty Wang. Fatty Wang scratched his head, thought for a while and said, "Pirate King?" Jiang Chen had always wondered why Jiang Chen had such a brother and why Jiang Chen brought him to the desert. No, it was not for the little retirement pay in his pocket. King of the desert. Jiang Chen finished speaking and Fatty Wang clapped his hands. A morning glow fell on Jiang Chen. At this moment, Jiang Chen really had an illusion. Jiang Chen seemed to see countless people cheering. They shouted Jiang Chen's name. He called Jiang Chen the savior of the desert people. Even the president of the United States bowed down at Jiang Chen's feet. "Brother Chen, let's go out quickly while there is no big storm." Just as Jiang Chen was intoxicated, Fatty Wang woke him up. "Go out? Where to? You don't have a home anymore. Why do you want to go back? Isn't this desert good? Look at such a beautiful sunrise. Look at such beautiful cacti. Look at the sand dunes that rise and fall. Isn't this better than my hometown?" Jiang Chen questioned Fatty Wang, and Fatty Wang stretched out his hand to open his backpack. He looked at Jiang Chen. "Where's my 10,000 yuan? Money, to buy seeds. Look, this large piece of grass will become green in less than a month. Then we can directly attract tourists to visit and make more money. Money. My money. How can I go back without money? You have no home, but I still have it." The early morning wind blew on Jiang Chen, a little cold. Jiang Chen lit a cigarette. Jiang Chen felt that people should do something great. After all, we can't live in mediocrity. Jiang Chen asked Fatty Wang, "Right? What's more, weren't his 2 thatched houses burned by his cigarette butts? What's more?" Jiang Chen felt that he was the chosen one. It was the desert that chose Jiang Chen, and it was the Sahara desert that chose Jiang Chen. There are endless treasures here. As long as Jiang Chen overcomes the difficulties in front of him, as long as Jiang Chen fills the entire desert with greenland, then the endless oil fields and gold and silver at the end of the desert will not all belong to Jiang Chen. Conquering the desert is to avenge my parents. Jiang Chen must avenge me. Jiang Chen finally convinced Fatty Wang. He pointed to a large green grassland and the tens of thousands of acres of land behind it and said, "Fatty Wang, from today on, we are the masters of this desert." Fatty Wang took out a pen, wrote a lot on a piece of paper, and handed it to Jiang Chen. "Sign as proof that you owe me 10,000 yuan. In addition, if it succeeds, the ownership of the largest oil well in the desert will belong to me." Jiang Chen took a puff of cigarette and took the pen. "Haha, let alone a small oil field. I wouldn't even shake my head if you said you would give me the entire Sahara desert. After all, this desert is not mine. Let's stabilize Fatty Wang, the free laborer, first. It's not easy to find someone willing to die with you in the desert these days." After signing, Fatty Wang looked at Jiang Chen and asked, "Brother Chen, how are we going to do something big now?" Speaking of doing something big, Jiang Chen pointed to the desert and said, "Let's develop this place into a tourist resort first. After all, following the system's tasks will not be wrong." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang looked at the desert in front of him. He sighed and said, "Brother Chen, how can this place become a tourist resort? Don't worry about this. It's April now. My grandfather's diary once recorded that there will be a period of wind stop from April to early May. You see that this desert is so quiet, it must be the wind stop period. You can lead our camels to Mojiang County now and buy all the daily necessities that can be bought. Leave the rest to me." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang looked at Jiang Chen half doubtfully and said, "Brother Chen, do you swear that you didn't let me encounter a sandstorm on the way to kill me for money?" Seeing that Fatty Wang didn't believe it, Jiang Chen was very disappointed. Where is the minimum trust between people? Jiang Chen took out a diary with a cowhide cover from his backpack. The diary had turned yellow. After opening it, Jiang Chen pointed to the first page and said to Fatty Wang, "Look at my grandfather's diary. Is it written like this?" After Fatty Wang finished reading Jiang Chen's grandfather's diary, he believed what Jiang Chen said. So early in the morning, Fatty Wang drank a cup of cactus water and led his camel towards Mojiang County. Chapter 6, School Beauty Li Yiren. After Wang Panzi left, Jiang Chen began to think about how to build a scenic spot and attract tourists. If you want to build a scenic spot, you must have something to see. Now Jiang Chen has planted 100 square meters of Bermuda grass, which is estimated to grow in a week, but lawn alone is not enough. You need to plant something else. What should I plant? Wait, is there anything to think about? Aren't there more than 80 cactus trees left in Jiang Chen's system? Just plant cacti. Jiang Chen decided to plant some desert giant cactus trees while sending Wang Panzi away, but planting trees is not random. Jiang Chen has to plan it. Jiang Chen looked at the sand dunes in front of him. The sand dunes were uneven, but generally speaking, the sand dunes, where Jiang Chen was, were the highest in this area, so Jiang Chen planned to use this area as his cactus base first. Jiang Chen started planting desert cacti with the Bermuda lawn as the center. He opened the system, selected seeds, and then swiped to the planting frame. With a flick of his hand, a 100-meter high cactus appeared in front of Jiang Chen. Keep planting. Jiang Chen selected seeds again and planted another desert cactus. In this way, Jiang Chen used more than 80 desert cacti to plant a circle around the sand dunes. After the desert cacti were planted, it was already noon. The hot sun in the desert shone on Jiang Chen at noon, and the temperature was unbearable for his skin. Jiang Chen walked into the cactus forest and stood on the sand dune. For some reason, Jiang Chen felt a little cool. Jiang Chen raised his head and saw that the desert cactus trees were constantly absorbing the heat in the circle. After a while, the temperature in the circle dropped sharply. Half an hour later, the temperature in the desert cactus forest dropped to more than 20 degrees, which is the most suitable temperature for humans. This, great. The surrounding temperature is almost 40 degrees, and Jiang Chen's place is more than 20 degrees. I will plant more grass, and tourists can lie on the grass to watch the sunrise, sunset, and sand dunes. It's hard to imagine that this is the greatest scenic spot in the world. Jiang Chen was very satisfied. However, the lawn in front of him was too small. The sand dunes in front of Jiang Chen were very large, like a mountain, with plains under the mountain and towering mountain tops. 100 square meters of grass was as small as a palm. Such a place was not enough to shock tourists. We must create a big scene. Jiang Chen looked at the entire sand mountain and decided to turn it all into a green space. However, if you want to turn it into a green space, you need a lawn, and if you want a lawn, you need money. The most important thing is that Jiang Chen has no money now. How can I get the money? Jiang Chen has less than a month. If it doesn't work, I can plant a lawn at the foot of the mountain. Jiang Chen thought carefully. There are at least 50 mu of land at the foot of the mountain. 50 mu of land is 33,333 square meters. Even if I buy the cheapest seeds, 20 yuan per square meter, it will cost 600,000 yuan. It's really expensive. After all, I'm still a student. How can I earn 600,000 yuan? Jiang Chen lay on the sand and began to meditate. Suddenly, Jiang Chen's mobile phone rang with a ding-dong sound. Jiang Chen opened his mobile phone and found that someone sent a text message to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen opened the text message. Indeed, there are only two types of people who still communicate with text messages in this era. The first type is mobile spam text messages, and the second type is unfamiliar people. Jiang Chen, I'm Li Yiren. The school organized a donation activity for you. Now we have raised 30,000 yuan. Add me on WeChat, and I'll transfer it to you. Li Yiren? Is it her? This Li Yiren is the real beauty in Jiang Chen's class. Not only is she beautiful, but she is also very rich. Don't you think she's angry? Her father opened a company in Beijing, but no one knew what it did. Her mother worked in the government and was a very powerful person. So, she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. She was beautiful, outgoing, and helpful. Everyone liked her, and Jiang Chen liked her too. No, Jiang Chen admired her very much. After all, a poor person like Jiang Chen who came from a poor mountain village was not worthy of being liked. Thanks, but no, thank you for troubling everyone. Jiang Chen typed the last word and sent it. Such a beautiful woman would never have any intersection with Jiang Chen. Ding dong. Jiang Chen, don't be discouraged. As long as you cheer up, you will definitely recover. You must believe in yourself, and don't give up treatment. We are all waiting for you to come back. After opening the text message, Jiang Chen's eyes were a little wet for some reason. After all, in this fickle world, Jiang Chen was really moved to have such warmth. But, really, thank you, Lee. Jiang Chen put down his phone after replying the message. Jiang Chen was not a person who liked to accept charity from others. Although he lived a miserable life, he always tried to live a sunny life, because only sunny people can make people around him feel warm. Jiang Chen, our lives have just begun, and we still have a lot of good times. There are so many magnificent mountains and rivers in the motherland that you have not set foot on, and there are so many beautiful scenery in the world that you have not seen. Don't you think it's a pity to give up your life just like this? Then will you accompany me to see it? Jiang Chen smiled. Haha, people are like this, they can only comfort others. Anyway, it's not you who are sick, and it's not you who are poor. What does the magnificent mountains and rivers of the motherland have to do with a poor person like me? Jiang Chen doesn't have the money to go to China, and the scenery abroad has nothing to do with Jiang Chen. Ding dong. Sure, I'll go with you to see it when you're discharged from the hospital. Jiang Chen raised his head. The breeze and light clouds in the desert made Jiang Chen feel an unprecedented cleanliness. This place was not like Beijing. The smog in Beijing always filled his spring and summer, and there were sandstorms. When the sandstorms blew, the whole sky was grey. The squad leader is worthy of being the squad leader. This ideological awareness. Wait. Didn't the system ask me to build a tourist scenic spot? I also need to find 10 tourists. Why don't I develop them to help me complete the task? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen admired himself a little. He was indeed a genius. Jiang Chen picked up his mobile phone and quickly edited it. Jiang Chen decided to play a miserable role to gain sympathy. Squad leader Lee, my parents and grandfather died in the desert for the cause of all mankind. I have left Wanjiang for the desert. I want to be buried in the desert like Jiang Chen's parents. If there is an afterlife, I really want to be classmates with you again, but we have to say goodbye forever in this life. After editing, Jiang Chen clicked send. Jiang Chen knew that Li Yiren was a very compassionate person. Although she was a school beauty, she would never stand idly by. After all, she was still a student leader. Sure enough, 5 minutes after Jiang Chen sent the text message, Jiang Chen received a text message from Li Yiren. Chapter 7, Building a Scenic Area. Jiang Chen, don't be depressed. There is no hurdle in life that you can't cross. Don't worry about the money. Add me on WeChat. You can use the 30,000 yuan first. In addition, I will personally donate 10,000 yuan to you. Add me on WeChat first. My WeChat ID is Lixu0 asterisk asterisk. Jiang Chen originally refused, but in order to complete the task, Jiang Chen had no choice but to open WeChat and add the school beauty Li Yiren's WeChat. After the friend accepted, Jiang Chen saw Li Yiren's profile picture. She had long curly hair, an oval face, big eyes and a smile. She was so charming. She was indeed the dream lover of college boys. Ding dong. Cute little rabbit Li Yiren. Jiang Chen who loves farming. It's me. Ding dong. WeChat transfer of 30,000 yuan has arrived. Looking at the 30,000 yuan, Jiang Chen was very moved. Jiang Chen didn't want this money, but Jiang Chen really needed money now. Cute little rabbit Li Yiren, my 10,000 yuan, you keep it first. Don't give up on life, Jiang Chen. Ding dong. WeChat transfer of 10,000 has arrived. Jiang Chen was inexplicably moved when he saw the transfer from Li Yiren. Jiang Chen, who loves farming, Li squad leader, thank you. This 10,000 is what Jiang Chen owes you. I will pay you back tenfold in the future. I have come to Mojiang County and will soon enter the desert. It would be great if I could see my classmates again in this life. I really hope you will come to the desert to see me for the last time, but I'm afraid that this is also. For a long time, Li Yiren did not reply because Jiang Chen and the others were really not familiar with each other. Jiang Chen and Li Yiren had met countless times. Jiang Chen and the others would meet by chance in the cafeteria, in the library, on the playground, and in the study room. However, she may have never noticed Jiang Chen. After all, there are simply too many people like Jiang Chen who create opportunities for encounters. The desert in early April was, just as Jiang Chen's grandfather had recorded. The sky was clear and there was no scary feeling of the death desert at all. Jiang Chen held his mobile phone and saw that Li Yiren had not replied for a long time. Jiang Chen sighed and turned off WeChat. Now at least he had 40,000 yuan. With 40,000 yuan, he could only buy 400 square meters of Bermuda grass seedlings, but with Bermuda seeds, he could buy 2,000 square meters. Jiang Chen looked at the foot of the mountain, and it seemed that he could only plant the seeds first. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen took his mobile phone and began to plan a 2,000 square meter lawn. Jiang Chen planned to plant the lawn around the giant column cactus under the sandhill. Jiang Chen had already planted a circle of desert giant column cactus outside the sandhill, and then planted more than 100 square meters of lawn seedlings under the sandhill. There was also a small circle of giant column cactus outside the lawn seedlings. Jiang Chen then planted a heart-shaped Bermuda lawn outside this small circle of giant column cactus, so that he could just form a miniature desert scenic spot. Jiang Chen planned to name this scenic spot Mojiang Bermuda Desert Oasis Scenic Spot. Moreover, Jiang Chen called it a 5-star scenic spot. Jiang Chen took his mobile phone and rolled down the sandhill to the desert giant cactus. Jiang Chen started to plant the lawn around the desert giant cactus. In order to plant a heart shape here, Jiang Chen specially turned on the continuous planting mode and spent 2,000 yuan to plant. It must be said that the one key planting thing is really easy to use. Jiang Chen just clicked lightly, and in an instant, 2,000 square meters of Bermuda oasis seeds were planted. After planting the seeds, Jiang Chen sat on the sand dune and waited for it to grow slowly. Time passed little by little. In the evening, Jiang Chen sat on the sand dune to watch the sunset. The red sunset hung in the sky, and the sky was burning again. In the quiet world of the desert, the fire clouds turned into a running horse, a fierce lion, and even a little sheep and a little rabbit. Oh, speaking of the little rabbit, Jiang Chen thought of Li Yiren again. She was really beautiful. It would be great if she could sit next to Jiang Chen and watch the sunset with Jiang Chen at this moment. Jiang Chen took out his phone and snapped a photo of the sky with a flaming cloud. Jiang Chen uploaded it to his moments. If you open Jiang Chen's moments at this moment, you will see this sentence: "The sunset is infinitely beautiful, even at dusk." You can also see a picture like this. At the end of an endless sand dune, a red sun is hidden in a huge flaming cloud rabbit. The rabbit's hair is all golden, and of course, there is a tall desert cactus that looks like a fairy tale. Less than 2 seconds after Jiang Chen sent his WeChat message, someone liked Jiang Chen's WeChat. There were not many people in Jiang Chen's WeChat, most of them were zombies. Jiang Chen opened his moments and saw that it was the cute little rabbit Li Yiren who liked Jiang Chen's moments. She also left a message below: "Yes, be full of confidence in life." Jiang Chen looked at the sky. Wasn't there anyone who invited the school beauty to dinner in the evening? Why did the school beauty suddenly become so idle? Ding dong. Jiang Chen's WeChat rang. Jiang Chen opened it. It turned out to be another message from Li Yiren. This time it was a voice message. Jiang Chen opened it. Her voice was very sweet. Jiang Chen really liked her. "Jiang Chen, where did you download the pictures in your moments? Do you have a high definition one? I want to set it as my screensaver. Send it to me." Jiang Chen looked up at the sunset. The clouds changed their appearance. It became a fairy playing the zither. Jiang Chen was surprised. Could it change according to Jiang Chen's mood? Jiang Chen took a photo and opened it. Under the afterglow of the sunset, the desert was covered with a mysterious veil. In the desert, the sunset had already set, but the girl was unusually clear. Jiang Chen sent it to Li Yiren. Not long after, Li Yiren sent another voice message back. Cute bunny Li Yiren, Jiang Chen, where did you download this photo? Do you have it? Jiang Chen smiled and replied, I didn't download it. I just took it. Jiang Chen let go of his hand and sent the voice message. Soon there was a ding dong sound, and Li Yiren replied to Jiang Chen again. Cute little rabbit Li Yiren, wow, I didn't realize your voice is so attractive. By the way, can you open a video so I can see you? They are all saying that you are bragging. Bragging? My name is Jiang Chen. My whole family died in the battle with the desert. As the descendant of a hero, am I a braggart? So Jiang Chen decisively clicked on the video. Jiang Chen raised his phone high and pointed it at the vast desert. Although it was evening, he could still see the pure sky of the desert, as if it had been washed, and the flaming clouds that covered most of the sky. They were magnificent at the moment. Wow. It's true. It's so beautiful. Yes. The sky is so clean. I can't see such a clean sky in Shangjing for a whole year. Don't say Shangjing. Now the desert is pressing on the border, and there is no such clean sky in the whole of China. In an instant, Jiang Chen felt that his phone exploded. The flaming clouds are so spectacular. They are very similar to a text I learned when I was a child. Hey, Jiang Chen, let us see you. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 8. The sunset here is beautiful. Jiang Chen took back the phone he had raised. He saw the group of people who were talking and chatting on the phone. Wow, Jiang Chen was really moved. They were all beautiful women, with fashionable clothes and beautiful makeup. At the age of 19, they exuded the vitality of youth. There was also Li Yiren, who was holding a phone. Li Yiren was very white. A white face could hide 3 ugliness. Moreover, she was not ugly. Her delicate face made her look like a fairy. Her eyes were still so bright. Many people had big and dull eyes, but her eyes were different. There were also 2 dimples like rice grains that appeared when she smiled. Her unique noble temperament was very similar to a star named Tong Liar in China. I don't know why. Looking at the smiling Li Yiren, Jiang Chen's heart actually beat up. Jiang Chen had never, oh no, when Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen inadvertently at school, Jiang Chen had this feeling. Wow, this hairstyle, this beard, who does he look like? Big coat brother. Fuck your big coat brother. Just as Jiang Chen was about to roar, a somewhat coy girl shouted, looks like Sharp brother. You know what, although his clothes are a little torn and dirty, why didn't I notice it before? He is really a little handsome. After the girl finished speaking, Jiang Chen was embarrassed. Are you trying to praise me or to belittle me? Also, is Jiang Chen's presence really that low? We have been classmates for almost 2 years, and you just found out that I'm a little handsome? Now that you mention it, it is true, but how come I didn't notice it after being classmates for so long? There are so many handsome guys in school who would pay attention to him. By the way, Jiang Chen, is the giant cactus tree behind you real? Can you climb it up and show us? Yes, let's see. Looking at his dear classmates in the video, Jiang Chen really wanted to say NMP, I'm a patient, not a monkey. Besides, even a monkey would not lack brains to climb a cactus tree. Li Yiren seemed to see Jiang Chen's embarrassment. She snatched the phone and said, okay, I'm not a monkey. Why am I climbing a cactus tree? Huh? Are you protecting me? How could I? Don't be embarrassed. I think Jiang Chen is much better than Zhang Xiaoshui. Look how pragmatic Jiang Chen is. Others go to the desert. Wait, Jiang Chen, are you in the desert? A girl who is as smart and beautiful as Li Yiren finally realized something. Women are so gossipy when they are together. They only realize the difference now. Yes, I'm in the desert. By the way, let me introduce my new home to you. Ding ding ding. Look, I call this sandhill Jiangshan. Oh no, I call it. Jiang Chen suddenly realized that he hadn't given the sandhill a name. Jiang Chen looked back at the sky. The fiery clouds had not yet dissipated. That's right. I call this sandhill Guanyin Mountain. You can watch the desert sunrise when you sit on the hill. By the way, you must have never seen a desert sunrise. It is the most beautiful sunrise in the world, bar none. In addition, look here, I planted a circle of desert saguaro cacti. This kind of cactus is only found in South America, but now the desert is raging. As far as I know, all the desert saguaro cacti in South America have died. Jiang Chen aimed the camera at the tall desert saguaro cactus trees in the desert. These cacti had their own merits. Some looked like a woman with her hands on her hips, and some looked like a child looking up at the moon. Their branches were very distinctive, which was very desert-like. Also, look here. Yes, you never expected it, but I have cultivated a lawn that can grow in the desert. This lawn is called Bermuda lawn. My lawn is different from the lawn in Lee Yeren's villa. My lawn is softer in the desert, and mosquitoes won't bite you when you lie on it. You can imagine that at this moment, under the clear blue sky, you are lying on such grass, watching the giant cactus and the sunset. How about it? Do you feel it? This is the Mojiang Bermuda Desert Oasis scenic area that I just built. Are you interested? The first 10 people get free tickets. Jiang Chen was as passionate as a pyramid scheme member, and a group of girls on the other side of the video were stunned. What? You said you grew grass in the desert? Oh my god, how is that possible? If you don't believe me, I'll invite you to my holiday resort. If you're not satisfied, I'll cut off my head and give it to you. Hey, who cares about your head? Lee Yeren cares about it. No way. If you keep gossiping, I'll shut you up. No, 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 Jiang Chen, why can't I see any grass? Zhu Yihai on the other end of the video asked relentlessly. Like Lee Yeren, Zhu Yihai was the child of a celebrity in Beijing. Her seemingly thin and slightly revealing clothes could buy 100 square meters of grass. The grass hasn't grown yet, but it doesn't hurt to let you take a look. Jiang Chen walked to the Bermuda grass seedlings with his mobile phone. The seedlings were indeed very small and difficult to spot without paying attention. However, Jiang Chen pushed aside the sand and soon saw a small patch of grass seedlings. These light yellow grass seedlings were growing hard in the desert. Really? Zhua, why don't we go and take a look? I'm sick of the air in Shangjing. After Zhu Yihai finished speaking, Lee Yeren looked back at Jiang Chen. She thought for a moment and said to Jiang Chen, don't lie to us, or I'll beat you to death when we get there. Seeing that the mission was about to be completed, how could Jiang Chen not be excited? Are you really coming? That's great, squad leader Lee. Don't worry, if I dare to lie to you, Jiang Chen, will chop off my head for you. Jiang Chen's face was flushed with excitement. You know, as long as Jiang Chen completes the first mission, the system will start the building materials mall, and then Jiang Chen can buy building materials. First buy the building materials for a villa, and then hire a construction team to build a villa here directly. Just like this, you can enjoy the desert scenery in the villa every day. Don't live too comfortably. Look, when Lee Yeren said to go, Jiang Chen's face was flushed with excitement. I'll go. It really fits the saying, where there are many ducks, there is a lot of fesses, and where there are many women, there are a lot of words. Night was about to fall. When the sunset was about to fall to the horizon, where Jiang Chen was, the street lights in Shangjing had already been turned on. After all, this was a place with time difference. Jiang Chen held his mobile phone and kept facing the sunset. The clouds gradually dissipated, the sunset turned red, and then gradually fell under the sand dunes on the horizon. When the sunset dissipated, the night of the desert arrived. Jiang Chen leaned on the sand dunes and looked at the stars in the sky. Jiang Chen's surroundings were very quiet. Jiang Chen just stared at the mobile phone, looking at the desert starry sky in Lee Yeren's big eyes on the mobile phone. She was lying in the checkered quilt. Even if she took off her makeup, her face was still beautiful. Jiang Chen, the desert night is so beautiful. Thank you. I haven't seen such bright stars for a long time. It was late at night, and the sky in Shangjing was still grey. The pollution and sandstorms in the city enveloped the city. The people in the city had long forgotten what the starry sky looked like, so Lee Yeren had a wish. She said she wanted to fall asleep with the starry sky, and Jiang Chen agreed to her. Of course, it was not for the sake of the 10,000 yuan. Jiang Chen just liked to look at Li Yiren while holding up his phone to show her the starry sky. At this moment, Jiang Chen remembered a poem. You stand on the bridge to look at the scenery, and the people who look at the scenery look at you from the upstairs. The bright moon decorates your window, and you decorate other people's dreams. Under the starry sky, the moment the phone was turned off, Jiang Chen also fell asleep. After falling asleep, Jiang Chen had a strange dream. Jiang Chen dreamed of the depths of the desert, where there were snow-capped mountains. There was a calm lake under the snow-capped mountains. The lake reflected the shadows of the snow-capped mountains. Jiang Chen and Li Yiren walked hand in hand by the lake. The lake was full of colorful flowers. Jiang Chen looked at the calm lake, and the lake reflected the shadows of Jiang Chen and Li Yiren. This dream is very deep, very deep. Chapter 9. Make money by live broadcasting. After waking up, the sun was still bright and beautiful. Jiang Chen had a beautiful dream. Although the dream was beautiful, it still couldn't stop the cruelty of reality. No, I have to urge them to travel quickly. After all, if they don't come, I can't even complete the novice mission. Jiang Chen lay on the sand dune. Unconsciously, his vaping grass grew a lot. Jiang Chen, who loves farming. Li squad leader, have you bought the tickets? Ding dong. Cute little rabbit Li Yiren, not yet. What's wrong? Jiang Chen, who loves farming. It's okay. I heard from the weather forecast that there will be no wind in the desert in the next 2 weeks. Now is the best time to watch the sunrise and sunset. After these 2 weeks, when the sandstorm comes again, you have to wait until next year to watch the sunrise. So, Li squad leader, hurry up and bring the students here. Cute little rabbit Li Yiren. Weather forecast? Can the weather forecast predict the weather in the desert? Jiang Chen, who loves farming. Ahem. It's the forecast of Mojiang County. You can't receive it there. Cute bunny Li Yiren. Okay, then next weekend, I'll take Zhu Yihai and the others to fly over there by plane. By the way, we can only stay for 2 days, so you can help us arrange it. Looking at the phone, Jiang Chen was so happy that he almost jumped up. Don't say 2 days, even 5 seconds will do. Ahem. 5 seconds. This number is very unlucky. But who cares, you know, as long as Li Yiren and the others come and complete the first task, then they can directly open the construction mall. Just think about it, they will be able to live in a small villa soon, and they will be able to build all kinds of houses soon. By then, it will be hard for the Mojiang Bermuda Desert Oasis scenic area not to be popular. After turning off WeChat, Luli looked at his phone. Today is Wednesday. Li Yiren and the others will take a flight next weekend. If everything goes as expected, they will arrive at the scenic area next Saturday evening. No, where will they stay when they come? There are more than a dozen people. I have to make arrangements for them. Luli looked at Guanansha Mountain. It was impossible to live on the mountain, so they had to live on the small plain at the foot of the mountain, but there were no houses on the small plain, so it seemed that they had to prepare tents. As for tents, they had to go to Mojiang County to buy them. Not only tents, but also camels. You have to know that these ladies are all rich girls. How could they walk in the desert for several days? Oh no, they only have 2 days. It takes more than a day and a night for a camel to reach the Bermuda scenic area. It seems that they have to rent a Hummer. When it comes to renting a car, Luli is in trouble again. Yes, he has no money. It seems that we have to solve the problem of money first. Jiang Chen lay on the grass. The fragrance of grass wafted from the ground at some point. The fragrance of grass quickly dispelled his irritability. How to make money? I need so much money now. Jiang Chen looked at the blue sky and suddenly thought of the time when he was studying in Beijing. How carefree he was at that time. He went to class every day, played games, watched live broadcasts, and lived a life like this. Wait, live broadcast. Why didn't I think of it? Why don't I do a live broadcast? You know, this is the era of live broadcasts for all the people. It is now 2023, and the live broadcast industry has entered its golden age of development. The audience is no longer satisfied with eating, drinking, and shopping. They are looking for more exciting things. There is no doubt that live broadcasting in the desert is the most exciting thing. What's more, Jiang Chen's mobile phone is a monthly full power and full signal package. If he doesn't make good use of it now, wouldn't he lose money? Then do live broadcast. Jiang Chen did it as he said. He sat on the sand dune, turned on his mobile phone, clicked on the mall, and typed in the word live broadcast. The mall popped up several of the most popular live broadcast software in China: Maowai Live, Daolu Live, and Chili Live. Jiang Chen looked at it and wondered which live broadcast software to use. These live broadcast software are very powerful. By the way, they seem to want to sign contracts and compete for popularity. Otherwise, cast a wide net and see which one pays more. Thinking of this, Luli registered accounts on the 3 platforms. He named his platform Jiang Chen's Live Broadcast Room, who loves farming. He chose the outdoor live broadcast mode. After making the choice, Jiang Chen began to live broadcast on Maowai Live. It was early in the morning and the desert was still calm. The next half month is the best time for the desert. The sunrise rose in the eastern sky, and the sunrise was full of golden clouds. The rays of light sprinkled in the desert. Under the shining rays of light, the desert was extremely beautiful. The live broadcast started. A newly registered account had 0 popularity in the live broadcast room. Jiang Chen held up his mobile phone to take pictures of the sunrise. Such a beautiful scenery was unexpectedly not watched by anyone, which surprised Jiang Chen. Are you kidding me? Why do other people's outdoor live broadcasts have millions or tens of millions of popularity, but I'm so miserable? That's right, for newcomers, without packaging and homepage recommendations, it is normal to have poor popularity. No, this won't work. We must find some publicity. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen used his mobile phone to broadcast his live broadcast. While looking at how other people's live broadcasts were done, he clicked on the live broadcast room of a man named Dang, who was also a live broadcaster doing outdoor live broadcasts like himself. Entering the live broadcast room, what appeared in the camera was a withered and yellow world. The wind and sand were very strong. At a glance, there was wind and sand everywhere, just like when a sandstorm came. Dang was wearing an outdoor red and blue cotton coat, walking against the wind, leading a camel on a sand dune. He walked very hard and had to hold up his mobile phone to talk. When he opened his mouth, a mouthful of sand sprayed into his mouth. Dang, welcome new friends. I'm now on the east side of the Sahara desert, which is called the Mojiang Desert. You can see that the sand here is very big and the sandstorm can blow people into the sky. Dang is risking his life to broadcast live for you. Friends, double click 6666. After Dang finished speaking, Jiang Chen saw that Dang's live broadcast room was quickly filled with 666, and people kept sending rockets. In a short while, Dang received hundreds of rockets. You know, this rocket is 500 yuan. Jiang Chen looked at the popularity of the live broadcast room. At this moment, the popularity of Dang's live broadcast room has reached 100 million. What is the concept of 100 million? This is still during the day, when everyone is working. Wait, is Dang broadcasting the Mojiang Desert? Jiang Chen raised his head. The desert sky was clear and the Mojiang Desert was very quiet. How could there be a sandstorm here? Also, how could Dang's mobile phone still have a signal in the desert? Does he also have a system? Jiang Chen, who loves farming. Dang, where are you in the desert? I'm also in the Mojiang Desert. Why is it so quiet here? Also, how can your mobile phone have a signal in the desert? With the spirit of asking, if you don't understand, Jiang Chen sent a big barrage, and it was this barrage that soon, Dang's live broadcast room exploded. Chapter 10 Dang exploded. Dang's live broadcast room blew up. That's right, the live broadcast room of Maowai Outdoors top brother blew up. Little carp, right, isn't there no signal in the desert? How did Dang do the live broadcast with us? Sky blue, yeah, why didn't I think of that? Is Dang lying to us? Lazy bird, no way, I got several rockets. Dang buying horses, who is blackmailing me? Ask the administrator to ban the account. Dang's #1 smuggler, get out, this guy is a troll at first glance. Get out of here quickly. Owl, wait, this guy is also an outdoor live broadcaster. Let's go to his live broadcast room and troll him to death. Dang's backyard club, let's go to his live broadcast room and troll him to death. Instantly, Jiang Chen's live broadcast room also blew up. Jiang Chen just watched his phone keep ringing, but these barrages were all scolding him. Dong Jie's fan club, scam. You said Dong Jie's phone has no signal in the desert, but your phone has a signal? Dong Jie's #1 smuggler. Damn, this guy is so fake. Look, how can this be a desert? The sky is so clear, and there is a morning glow. Hahaha, how can a random pile of sand be the Sahara desert? Owl, this must be a team, in order to fake it. Wait, they really invested money. Look at this pile of sand. Look at this blue sky. Look at this bright sun. Haha, to make money for live broadcasting. Do you think you can make enough money? Barren boss, I don't think it looks fake. If it is fake, the money needed for this set feels like you can buy the entire Mayoaya. Ming Markson, yes, no matter it's true or not, but to be honest, such a blue sky seems to have not been seen for many years. Give me a few glow sticks. Soon, Jiang Chen received a glow stick, and each glow stick is $1. Not bad, you made $1 so quickly. Oh no, 50 cents. After all, you still have to give the website a share. Dong Jie Fan Club, liar, the desert can't be like this. The Sahara desert is the most violent desert. How can it be so clear here? For money, he really makes up everything. Dong Jie Fan Club too, that's right. Quickly block him, brothers, teach him a lesson. Dong Jie Pian Chuan, SB. Dong Jie Shan Yap, SB. Jiang Chen's live broadcast room barrage quickly covered the entire screen. These barrages were undoubtedly scolding him, but it was precisely because of the influx of so many trolls that Jiang Chen's live broadcast room's popularity exploded. Current popularity. 200 current popularity. 1000 current popularity. 10,000 current popularity. 20,000 current popularity. 200,000 current popularity. 2 million current popularity. 2 million current popularity. 20 million in less than an hour. The number of people in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room actually exceeded 20 million, and it was still rising continuously. This really shocked Jiang Chen. MOMO, these two anchors are really working hard. This desert is fake. There is not even sand in the desert. It can't be real. Tech geek, wait, this looks real. Who can build so many sand dunes? And the sun is very real. Green researcher, impossible, it's fake. Look, there are cacti in the Sahara desert. How can there be cacti in the Sahara desert? His popularity is still soaring. Jiang Chen soon found that he was on the popular anchor rankings. More and more people can see his live broadcast. You know, Mayoaya Live is the most popular live broadcast platform. Now it's not just Chinese people who watch Mayoaya Live. Even some countries and regions in Southeast Asia and Europe and the United States will watch Mayoaya Live. Am I going to be famous? No, although my popularity has increased, I can't make money without any gifts. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen held the phone and pointed the camera at himself. Fatty girl loves hot pot. Wow, the anchor finally appeared. It's true that this sloppy mustache is quite handsome. Big secret, the anchor is really handsome. Wintermelon team, yes, he is even more handsome than Brother Dong, but why is he dressed so shabby? Support group, hey, what are you doing? Hurry up and expose him for me. Jiang Chen smiled at the camera and then introduced himself to everyone. Hello everyone, I'm your favorite anchor Jiang Chen who loves farming. Let me introduce myself first. I'm from Shangjing University. I'm a sophomore this year. I'm currently in the Mojiang Desert at the easternmost end of the Sahara Desert. Yes, I'm in the same desert as Brother Dong. After Jiang Chen's introduction, a group of people were shocked. Big fish and begonia, oh my god, Shangjing University. He is actually a top student. Little cat, handsome and a top student. Awesome, give me a reward. Soon, Jiang Chen received 100 glow sticks. Little Lindsay in the birch forest, why are you in the same desert with one sunny sky and one storm? Jiang Chen looked at the message and smiled. You should ask your brother Dong about this. Anyway, I'm an unknown little anchor. Today is my first time to broadcast. You will not believe me, but it doesn't matter. If you want to believe, then believe. If you don't want to believe, you can also watch Brother Dong's live broadcast. Now, I will start to introduce my desert to you. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, there were still many people scolding him, but people who defended him also began to appear. Kitty, isn't what Brother Dong said fake? Isn't he just relying on himself to be the #1 anchor of Maoai to suppress newcomers? Fatty girl, that's right. Why do you say what Brother Mao said is true? You haven't been to the desert. Song Chen gave 10 bags of cat food as a reward. Jiang Chen was very excited when he saw the person who gave him the reward. You know, all this is money. Thank you for the reward, beautiful Chen. Now, I will introduce my desert to you. This area is the central area of Mojiang Desert. It takes about 5 or 6 days to get to Mojiang County. By the way, because of the time difference, the sun has just risen here, and I guess you have been working for an hour or two. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of people responded quickly. The advantage of the platform is that they can communicate in time. Little cat, yes, I was thinking, why is the sun just rising there? It's almost noon here. Xiaoxin, yes. Looking at so many comments, Jiang Chen continued to introduce the area I am in is a scenic spot I developed. Its name is Sahara Desert Mojiang Bermuda Desert Oasis Scenic Area. This scenic spot has just started construction. In the future, I will broadcast its construction status for everyone every day. When it comes to scenic spots, the live broadcast room is boiling again. Dong Jez fans, come on, you're setting up a scenic spot when even people can't enter the desert. If you dare, reveal the exact location. Let's go and have a look. Dong Jez smuggling number 3, you don't dare. Jiang Chen frowned. It seems that Dong Jez fans are not going to let him go. I've already told you the exact location. It's 4 or 5 days away from Mojiang County. I haven't built the road yet. The desert is dangerous. When I build the road, I will naturally welcome everyone to come. Okay, let's ignore the haters for now. Now I'm going to introduce you to the characteristics of the Bermuda Oasis Scenic Area. Ding ding ding. The first thing I want to introduce is here. Did you see that tall cactus tree? Chapter 11. Fighting against anti-fans is fun. In the camera, giant green cacti stand proudly in the desert. Jiang Chen holds his phone and walks to a giant cactus tree. He reaches out and cuts a little bit of the cactus tree with a knife. The cactus tree sheds drops of juice. Jiang Chen opens his mouth to catch it in a hurry. The juice tastes sweet. Little demon cat, wow. The cactus is actually real. Big fish and begonia. This one, it seems to be really real. Suilan, it seems to be real. Could it be that the one over there is fake? Dong Jez fan club, it's obviously fake here. How could this kind of cactus appear in the Sahara Desert? Anchor, if you have the ability to walk a mile into the desert, I bet there must be a set behind you. Dong Jez smuggler, that's right. Anchor, do you dare? Dong Jez fans started to lead the rhythm again. Jiang Chen frowned. It seems that this group of people will not stop unless they do something real. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen looked at the screen and said, Dong Jez fans, I have never thought of embarrassing Dong Jen. Let's just forget about this. If you don't want to watch my live broadcast, you can go. Don't bring bad things to Dong Jen, otherwise, you will bear the consequences yourself. Dong Jen number 3, haha, are you trying to scare us? At your own risk. You silly bird anchor, don't you dare. You are not even as good as Dong Jestic. Dong Jez smuggler, stupid bird anchor, do you dare to bet that, if you dare to walk a mile into the desert today, I will eat shit live immediately. Dong Jez fan club, that's right, silly bird anchor, don't you open a live broadcast for money? If you dare to walk a mile, we will shoot 100 rockets at you. If you don't dare, kneel down and apologize to Dong Jez and get out of here. Looking at the arrogant appearance of Dong Jez fan club, Jiang Chen frowned. Since you took the initiative to provoke me, don't blame me for being rude. Okay, let's bet. Today I'm really going to fight with you. Everyone in my live broadcast room, please bear witness for me. I don't want your tips today. I just want to prove one thing to everyone. That is, there is no sandstorm in Mojiang Desert today. Big fish and begonia, support the anchor. If the anchor dares to walk a mile, then he must let Brother Dong walk a mile. After Big Fish and Begonia finished speaking, other fans responded one after another, and the barrage instantly filled the screen. Song Chen. That's right. Fans of Brother Dong, do you dare to bet? Demon Cat, bet, bet, bet. If you don't bet, you're a fool. Brother Dong's fan club, let's bet. Today I'm betting with you. After seeing that everyone was picking a fight here, Jiang Chen was not afraid of offending anyone. He directly renamed the live broadcast room, Bet with Brother Dong's fan club, to eat shit on the live broadcast. Brother Dong's popularity in Maoia is beyond doubt. It can be said that, as long as your live broadcast room name contains the word Brother Dong, it can exceed 1 million in less than an hour. After Jiang Chen changed his name, the number of people in his live broadcast room soared instantly. When the barrage was opened, the screen was full of barrages. Li Zira, what? The anchor ate Dong Jie shit. In this day and age, even Dong Jie shit is eaten to become famous? Xiandong, haha, someone here is broadcasting farming in the desert, hahaha, so funny. Dong Jie's backyard cow, waiting for the anchor, to be beaten by Dong Jie. Dong Jie's support group, waiting to be beaten into shit. Skyfighter, don't say anything, just because the anchor dares to fight with Dong Jie, I will send a wave of rockets. Jiang Chen, who loves farming, received 10 rockets in his live broadcast room. The rich love to watch, brush up. The rich love to watch gave Jiang Chen, who loves farming, 10 rockets. The lazy bug gave Jiang Chen, who loves farming, 7 rockets. Soon Jiang Chen found that his live broadcast room had received nearly 10,000 yuan in gifts, which touched Jiang Chen very much, and this also made Jiang Chen more determined to fight with Dong Jie's support group to the end. Thank you for your tips. A lot of new friends have just come. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Jiang Chen. This is my first live broadcast. The reason I started live broadcast is very simple. My parents and grandfather died on the way to explore the Sahara desert, so I know I must fulfill their dreams. In addition, I'm now a university student, a sophomore at Beijing University. I'm now in the heart of the Mojiang Desert. I have built a base here. Its name is Mojiang Bermuda Desert Oasis Scenic Area. Now I have planted more than 2,000 square meters of Bermuda lawns. Now 100 square meters have grown. I will show you first. Jiang Chen walked towards his Bermuda lawn after speaking. After a night of growth, the Bermuda grass has turned from yellow to green. In a piece of sand, the grass seedlings that stubbornly grew look green and very attractive. Big fish and begonia, wow, it's even more difficult to be the descendant of Mata. Thin. Look, this is real grass. It looks very cute with its furry fur. Dong Jie's fans, stop pretending to be pitiful and walk a mile in the desert. If you don't dare, then hurry up and apologize and eat shit. Jiang Chen picked up his phone. After letting everyone see the Bermuda lawn, he pointed his phone at the desert. Under the scorching sun, patches of smoke appeared on the sand dunes. Dong Jie's fans, don't be too arrogant. You think you are helping Dong Jie, but in fact you are hurting him. Okay, I'm going to the desert. Today I will walk 2 miles for everyone to see. You can pick a direction at random. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a series of 666s appeared on the screen. Dong Jie's fans pointed out that Jiang Chen should go west, because the west is the heart of the desert. Jiang Chen didn't say anything. He went straight to the west. It is not easy to walk in the desert, because there is quicksand in the desert. If you are not careful, you will fall into the quicksand. Moreover, there is a lack of water in the desert. It is possible that you will die of thirst before you get to the destination. You must know that a mile in the desert is not the same as on the plain. Before setting off, Jiang Chen put on a straw hat and then used a water cup to collect a cup of desert giant cactus juice and then headed south. Just after passing Guanyin Mountain and leaving the oasis scenic area, the temperature of the desert suddenly increased by more than 10 degrees. The heat wave hit, making Luli's clothes instantly wet, and he didn't dare to take off his clothes for fear of sunburn. Staring at the scorching sun, Jiang Chen sweated profusely. He picked up his mobile phone, and his eyes were sweating so much that he couldn't see the screen clearly. Hello everyone, I have walked out of the oasis scenic area now. The temperature in the oasis scenic area is more than 18 degrees, but the temperature outside is now estimated to be more than 30 degrees. You can see the rolling heat waves in the desert. Jiang Chen said, and then he pointed the camera at the desert. Under the scorching sun, the endless sand dunes were rolling with heat waves, which could be seen clearly on the mobile phone. Dong wei dong yeo, wow, it's really a rolling heat wave. Dong wei dong yeo sent one rocket. He Acro sent 100 bags of cat food. Chapter 12. Someone is messing up the place. Jiang Chen walked into the desert, and the screen was filled with rewards. Looking at these rewards, Jiang Chen felt that the heat in front of him was worth it. You know, he was short of money now, very short of money. With money, he could keep buying lawns and giant cacti, and then when Li Yiren and the others came, he could also buy building materials. These were all his dreams. I have walked 500 meters now. I have to say that it is difficult to walk in the desert. The soles of my shoes are all softened by the heat. But it doesn't matter. I will succeed if I hold on a little longer. Jiang Chen wiped the sweat from his face. After he climbed up a high sand dune, he accidentally slipped and rolled down the hill. Bang bang bang. Jiang Chen just held the phone. The sky appeared in the phone for a while, and then a pile of yellow sand appeared. It lasted for 2 minutes before the sky appeared in the phone camera. Jiang Chen was lying on the sand. It was almost noon, when the sun was at its hottest. The sand was as hot as if it had been cooked. Jiang Chen felt a sharp pain in his arms and back. He jumped up from the sand with a whoosh. Hot, hot, hot. Jiang Chen's face was covered with sand, and his back was also burned. The pain made his face look very ugly. Exercises 1, 2, 3. Anchor. Be careful. I feel sorry for you. Anyone who dares to go to the Mojiang desert is a hero. Dong Jie's support group is a bit too much. Xiaochen, I feel sorry for the anchor. Forget it. Go back to your oasis. Why are you fighting with a bunch of stupid birds? Besides, you have walked so far, and you can see that it is a real desert. I'm sorry, it was too hot, and I fell down because of the sweat. But I'm fine. Don't worry, I must do what I said. I won't give up easily, Jiang Chen said, and continued on his journey. In order to maintain his strength and water, he didn't speak. He didn't have a selfie stick, so he could only hold his phone in his hand to live broadcast. He walked in the desert for more than 2 hours and finally walked more than 4 miles. After walking on a tall sand dune, Jiang Chen found a huge plain. This plain covers at least 100 acres. I don't know how this plain was formed. There are sandhills all around, but this flat land is very spectacular in the desert. Haha, look, I found a plain. Now this plain belongs to me. I want to build it into an oasis. Jiang Chen couldn't suppress his inner ecstasy. You know, the desert is full of sand dunes, and it is very inconvenient to grow things on sand dunes. Now there is such a plain. It is simply a place given by God for him to grow things. This trip is really worthwhile. By the way, I have walked almost 5 miles in the desert. Brother Dong's fans, do you have anything else to say? Soon, the screens began to shout. How big the ocean is. Brother Dong's fans, come out. A snake in Jiangbi, fulfill your promise, and send 100 rockets. Serious, that's right, don't be a coward. Big fish and begonia, you won't come out, right? You are a bunch of second-rate people. You can tell at a glance that they are the brainless fans that Brother Dong paid for. Let's go to Dongji's live broadcast room and destroy the place. Soon, Jiang Chen found that the popularity of his live broadcast room dissipated like water. Brother Dong's live broadcast room. At this time, the popularity of the live broadcast room rose again, and the popularity quickly rose from 50 million to 100 million. As expected, he is the #1 outdoor live broadcaster in China. Seeing that everyone had returned, the bearded tough guy Dong Jie became excited. He held his mouth against the strong wind and said to the camera, "Some new friends have come. Let me introduce them to you. The project that Dong Jie is challenging today is a death desert project. This project is amazing. Even the expedition team will die here, but Dong Jie is not afraid. Big fish and begonia, if you are not afraid, walk a mile and see. Slim beauty, yes, take 2 steps and see. Stop pretending." The live broadcast room next door is also broadcasting the Mojiang desert. The desert is very quiet. Little waves. Hahaha. Take 2 steps. Take 2 steps. Why have I been watching for a long time and still walking in the same place? Dong Jie support group. Dong Jie, someone is messing up the place next door. Dong Jie is confused at the moment. Dong Jie smuggling. Dong Jie, are you really in the desert? Why is the live broadcast room next door also broadcasting the Mojiang desert? There is no wind and sand in his desert? Dong Jie, you are not lying to us. Little waves. Ha ha ha. Dong Jie, your own fans are doubting you. Ha ha ha. Big fish and begonia, hurry up and walk a mile. Let's see who is setting the scene. Dong Jie was stunned when he looked at his screen. Ningxiao Shahe Film and Television City is the most famous film and television tourism and holiday integrated film and television city under Daejiang Group. A group of people gathered in the desert base in the southeast corner of the film and television city. A huge shadow cloth was built in the distance. There were sand dunes on the shadow cloth. There were more than a dozen giant hair dryers next to the shadow cloth. Hundreds of people were busy throwing sand at the hair dryers, and the hair dryers blew the sand into the shape of a sandstorm. Dong Jie cursed in his heart against the wind. Damn, who is behind me? If the audience finds out, won't I, the #1 live broadcaster, go blind? You know, Dong Jie is not just one person now. He has to support a team of nearly 200 people behind him. No, we must cover this up. At the same time, Mayo Company also urgently convened a senior leadership meeting. The chairman of Mayo Company attended in person. The meeting was very urgent. After more than a dozen executives arrived, the 40-year-old chairman Li Xiang was intimidating without anger. We are holding an emergency meeting now. The content department just sent a message saying that someone registered an account today and started a conflict with Brother Dong. We'd like to hear everyone's opinions. Upon hearing this, more than a dozen executives said directly, block the account. That's right, Brother Dong was poached from Legio Live at a high price, and now he is the outdoor god they are focusing on building. Not to mention a small anchor who has just registered. Even an anchor with millions of fans will have to be blocked if he offends Brother Dong. After the executives finished speaking, the director of the content department said, "Dear directors, I want to say that this newcomer is not simple. He broadcast live in the Mojiang desert. I just watched his live broadcast content, and it is indeed true. Not only that, he actually grew a kind of grass in the desert, and there are also very tall cacti. The audience likes to watch it. After just half a day of broadcasting, his popularity is almost as high as Brother Dong. So, I think, can we? Didn't Brother Dong also broadcast live in the desert today? He is trying to ride on the popularity. Wasn't there someone who rode on Brother Dong's popularity before? His popularity was also high, but it disappeared the next day." After an executive with glasses finished speaking, another executive said, "Yeah, let's ban him. No matter what, we have invested a lot of money to train Brother Dong. Once Brother Dong suffers losses, we are not much better off. You know, we invested 300 million in Brother Dong to dig him from Chile Live." After the financial director finished speaking, the chairman nodded. He looked at the content director and said, "What does Brother Dong think about this?" Just as the chairman finished asking, the content manager's phone rang. The manager looked at his phone and saw that it was Dong Jie who opened it. He quickly answered the call. "Hello, Dong Jie, what's the matter?" "Fuck, what's the matter? Don't you have any idea? What's wrong with the platform? Can't you see that someone is teasing me? Deal with it quickly, or don't blame me for not reminding you earlier." After Dong Jie scolded him, the content manager looked a little ugly. This Dong Jie never treated them, the small officials, as human beings. Chapter 13. My account was blocked. After the call was hung up, the content manager looked at the chairman. Li Xiang nodded and said, "Let's close it. We have invested so much money in Brother Dong and signed a 5-year contract. If something happens to Brother Dong, we will have to pay hundreds of millions in these 5 years. Okay, let's adjourn the meeting." After the chairman finished speaking, a group of executives said, "Don't bother the chairman with such things next time. Everyone is very busy. You, a content manager, can't even do this. What's the use of you?" After the managers left, the chairman waved his hand and the content manager also walked away with his head down. He walked back to the office area, where a group of people were waiting for his reply. The content manager returned to his office, and he plopped down in the boss's chair. He looked up at the ceiling for a long time, then he sighed. He turned on his cell phone, and there was an red text message on his phone. Leo Zhang, I'm here at Chili Live. No one takes you seriously at Mayoaya, not to mention that you're an outsider. Come to Chili Live. After all, this is where we can start our business, right? The content director is named Zhang Wenyi. Yes, it's a very popular name. 10 years ago, he founded Chili Live with several college classmates. Chili Live has not been developing smoothly. Later, Chili Live spent a huge sum of money to sign Dong Zhen. Dong Zhen brought a large number of fans and also allowed Chili Live to enter a period of rapid development. Just when Chili Live became the leading company in the live broadcast industry, Dong Zhen changed jobs. Yes, he changed jobs to Mayoaya Live. Since then, Chili Live has fallen from grace. Finally, Zhang Wenyi also chose to leave Mayoaya Live. Director, the popularity of Jiang Chen, who loves farming, has only increased. Are you considering signing him? The secretary walked in from the door. The secretary was very beautiful and capable. She was brought by Zhang Wenyi from Chili Live. Zhang Wenyi clenched his fists and gritted his teeth. After a while, he said, block the account. After Zhang Wenyi finished speaking, the secretary was also stunned. She thought she had heard it wrong. She looked at Zhang Wenyi and said, Director, yes, is it a ban? But this account is very popular, and I watched the live broadcast content. It was really attractive. Moreover, I think it will continue to be popular. Now the Sahara Desert is spreading across China. Anything related to the desert will be popular, not to mention that he is live broadcasting farming in the desert. Block the account. Don't you understand? Block the account? Zhang Wenyi roared. The secretary hadn't seen him so angry for a long time. She was frightened. It took the secretary a long time to react. Yes, director. The secretary went out. At this moment in the desert, Jiang Chen was sitting on a sand dune looking at the plane he discovered. He had more and more fans, and the number of people who clicked to subscribe to him was close to 1 million. This was something he never expected. Moreover, there were a lot of people who rewarded him. If he was not mistaken, by the evening, he would receive nearly 100,000 rewards. With this money, Jiang Chen can buy more desert giant cacti in the mall. He wants to plant giant cacti around the 100 mu plain before the wind season arrives, so that this small plain will not be covered by sand dunes. Ding dong. Just as Lu Li was sitting under the scorching sun and looking forward to a better future, a message popped up in his live broadcast room. Jiang Chen clicked it and found that it was a message sent to him by the backstage. Dear Mr. Jiang, we regret to inform you that your live broadcast violates the relevant terms of Mayoaya Live, so we will block your account. Please forgive us. After clicking the message, Jiang Chen opened his own live broadcast room again, and the live broadcast room was dark. Fuck. Jiang Chen really wanted to curse. He risked his life to run from the Bermuda oasis scenic area to the small plain. He saw that the money was about to be in his hands and he could rent a Hummer, but he was told that his account was blocked. Jiang Chen quickly logged into his account again, and it showed that his account was permanently blocked due to violations. After all the hard work, Jiang Chen finally made wedding dresses for others. He sat on the hot sand dune and felt dazed. Yes, this kind of loss mixed with a shattered hope made Jiang Chen's hands tremble. It's brother Dong. It must be him. Jiang Chen grabbed a handful of yellow sand and smashed it hard on the ground. He remembered this grudge today. Since he had no money, it was no different to stay on the plane. Jiang Chen took his mobile phone and walked straight to his own oasis scenic area. He must have other ways to make money, but he just didn't think of it for the time being. Back in Bermuda, the surrounding air dropped by more than 10 degrees in an instant. It was a little cool around. Lying on the grass, Jiang Chen looked at his burned arm. Everything was not worth it. On weekdays, he always believed that hard work would be rewarded. It seemed that he would be slapped in the face today. The vast horizon is my love. Just when Jiang Chen felt depressed, a burst of cool music sounded, and Jiang Chen's mobile phone rang. Jiang Chen lay on the grass and took out his mobile phone. It was an unfamiliar number. Who is this? And it's from Hangzhou. I don't seem to know anyone in Hangzhou. Is this a scam call? Jiang Chen is short of money now. Could it be that they want to defraud him of his seeds? Hello. Who are you? Jiang Chen was ready to reject the call, but he answered the phone 2 seconds later. If for no other reason, it was too boring in the desert. It would be great to chat with a scammer. Hello, is this Mr. Jiang Chen? I'm Song Jiaqi, the head of the content department of Mayoaya. The thing is, because your live broadcast content violates the rules, we can only block your account. However, we will transfer the gift money from fans to you in the form of a bank transfer. Could you please send your... Oh, really? I don't have a bank card. The scammer is so professional. Then add WeChat. I just want to confirm something with you, and it will also facilitate our further cooperation. Add WeChat? Have the scammers upgraded now? Add it. I'm a smart person after all. I will play with you for a while. Who made me so bored without money? Jiang Chen told Song Jiaqi his WeChat. After hanging up the phone, a person with a Mayoaya avatar added Jiang Chen soon. After Jiang Chen accepted, the other party sent him 120,000 yuan without saying a word. That's right, this 120,000 yuan was a reward from fans to Jiang Chen, not after the profit sharing, but before the profit sharing. Originally, Jiang Chen could only get 60,000 yuan, but the Mayoaya content director gave him 60,000 yuan himself. After receiving the real money, Jiang Chen wondered, are scammers so expensive these days? Jiang Chen had just received the money when his WeChat rang with a video call. After all, he took the money, and the money would help him a lot, so Jiang Chen decided to answer the call. Ding, Jiang Chen clicked the answer button, and soon a delicate face appeared on the screen. How to describe it? Not to say that her skin was whiter than snow. After all, who can see the macupe, but her peach blossom eyes, high nose bridge, thin eyebrows, black curly hair and a pair of black framed glasses were really charming. UG. Her face looked very cold, completely different from the helpful Li Yiren. Hello, I'm Song Jiaqi, the content director of Mayoaya. Can you let me see the environment around you? Chapter 14 Song Jiaqi. Song Jiaqi's voice was also a little cold, and even her words were like those of a god, making people unable to disobey her. After all, she was good looking and a supervisor, so maybe. Will she have long legs wearing black stockings? Ahem, you guys have closed my live broadcast room, so there's no need to watch this. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and saw Song Jiaqi sitting on the sofa with her phone in her hand. Sure enough, as the camera turned, Jiang Chen saw the seductive black stockings. PFFT. To be honest, I think if your place is really a desert, and you can grow grass and giant cacti in the desert, I think you can definitely surpass Dangzhe with this gimmick alone. Now with the invasion of the desert, outdoor live broadcasts are becoming more and more difficult. Dangzhe's live broadcasts are relatively old-fashioned, and he will soon be eliminated by new viewers. After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, Jiang Chen was very confused. What does this queen want to do? Oh, Brother Deng has nothing to do with me. What do you want to do? Your live broadcast room was reported by Brother Deng. After all, Brother Deng signed a big contract with Mao Yap, so we can't offend a super anchor because of a small anchor, so your account can only be blocked. However, you also know that you received 120,000 gifts in a morning live broadcast, which shows that everyone likes your subject matter. After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, she raised her eyes and looked at the door. She stood up and walked towards the door. Her black professional suit wrapped her black stockings. That butt, those slender legs, are simply amazing. Click. After Song Jiaqi locked the door, she washed and came to the sofa to sit down. The moment she sat down, Jiang Chen saw her running white rabbit. Although separated by the professional suit, he could still feel its extraordinary. So, I'm going to take you to Chili Live. As long as what you say is true, we can focus on packaging you and make you into Chili's Brother Deng. How about it? After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought about it and thought that this was indeed possible. Although Chili Live cannot compare to Mayoaya, it was once the leader in the live broadcast industry. As long as they are willing to focus on packaging themselves, coupled with their own strength, why worry about not being able to compare to Brother Deng? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen nodded and turned the camera to the endless desert behind him. The rolling sand dunes disappeared at the end of the sky. When he looked up, he saw a blue sky, which was only available in China 10 years ago. There were also tall and highly ornamental giant cacti, which could reveal clear water when cut open, and the slightly green Bermuda grass seedlings on the ground, which made people feel like they were in a virtual world. See, this is the heart of the Mojiang Desert. I have mastered the seed improvement technology. As long as I have money, I can grow more lawns, and the live broadcast effect will be better. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Song Jiaqi was reluctant to put down her mobile phone. After all, the blue sky and white clouds were like a dream to the world, covered by wind and sand. Very good, I'll go back and discuss it with my supervisor. If there are no major problems, we'll sign you up. Do you have any other requests now? Song Jiaqi quickly regained her calm and coldness. She was like a robot and was very cold to everything. No problem. I just want to ask how much the signing fee is. Can I pay first? I'm short of money. With money, I can grow more things. Indeed, who would watch you live broadcasting climbing sand dunes every day? You'd get bored after watching it for 2 days. It's hard for anyone to make money these days. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Song Jiaqi thought for a while and said, I'll discuss it with my supervisor and give you an answer in 10 minutes. After WeChat hung up, Jiang Chen quickly charged his money into the desert farming software. After all, if this was a scam, even the most powerful hacker wouldn't be able to transfer the money from his desert farming app. Ding dong. System prompt. You have successfully recharged 120,000 yuan, and the system automatically unlocks a seed grid for you. Do you want to spend it immediately? Damn. You actually charge money to open seeds. Are you sure this system is not developed by Penguin? Jiang Chen said as he clicked on the mall. As soon as he clicked on the mall, a scattered flower appeared in the mall, and then a prompt appeared on it. Congratulations on getting a new seed. Open it quickly and take a look. After Jiang Chen clicked it, the new seed grid popped up. System reminder. Congratulations on getting desert reed seeds. Jiang Chen was stunned when he saw the seeds for the first time. Damn, there is no water in the desert. You give me reed seeds. Why don't you give me watermelon seeds? Jiang Chen really wants to smash his phone. Seed introduction. Desert reeds that have been improved by high technology will absorb water droplets scattered in the sky and then transform them into water droplets and then gather into rivers or lakes. What? Reeds can create rivers? Jiang Chen suddenly felt that he had picked up a treasure. What is the most lacking thing in the desert? Water. Wow, I really picked up a treasure. Now that Jiang Chen has obtained Bermuda grass and now has a water source, he must start a new era in the desert. Jiang Chen couldn't help but be crazy. He hurriedly continued to check. System tips. Green plants will provide more water for nature. The more green plants there are, the more water drops will gather in desert reeds. In addition, desert reeds are extremely afraid of wind and sand. Please pay attention to wind and sand fixation. The more green plants, the more water? Does it mean that I need to plant lawns first and then reeds? And I'm afraid of wind and sand. Desert giant column cactus is wind and sand fixation. It seems that I have to plant desert giant column cactus first. Jiang Chen said that the system has begun to introduce prices. Price introduction. Desert reeds are calculated by roots. 5 meter high reeds. 10 yuan per root. 3 meter high reeds. 5 yuan per root and reed seedlings. 1 yuan per root. After seeing the price, Jiang Chen breathed a sigh of relief. This price is extremely cheap. I have to say that this system is indeed conscientious, but it is not cheap. You have to know that reeds are planted in patches. At least 50 roots can be planted in 1 square meter. This square meter of reeds will cost 250 yuan. If you want to build a large reservoir, think about how many tens of thousands it will cost. Moreover, it is not enough to just plant reeds. Grass must be planted, and then the surrounding area needs to increase the planting of desert giant cactus, so this will be a huge investment. However, even if the investment is large, Jiang Chen also wants to plant reeds. After all, with a water source, his scenic spot will completely shock the world. System prompt. Do you want to start planting desert reeds? Start planting. Jiang Chen said, and clicked to buy 20,000 yuan worth of desert reeds. All the reeds he bought were 3 meters long. 3 meter reeds cost 5 yuan each. 50,000 yuan can buy 10,000 reeds. 10,000 reeds can be planted in 200 square meters. 200 square meters of reeds can just green a small valley. When Jiang Chen was looking for the desert plain, he happened to pass by a relatively large valley. The valley was not far from Guanyin Mountain. Jiang Chen planned to turn that sand mountain valley into his water source. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 15 Desert Reed. After buying the desert reeds, Jiang Chen headed towards the valley, walking northwest along Guanyin Mountain. After walking less than 3 miles, he arrived at the low-lying sand valley. Standing on a sand dune, the sun shone hotly on the desert, and the surroundings were a bit hot. The valley in front of Jiang Chen was in the shape of moon. Jiang Chen remembered that the area was not very large, but when he got closer, he saw that the valley was really not small. This valley is more than 2 miles long and more than 300 meters wide. The area must be at least 300,000 square meters. 300,000 square meters of reeds are definitely not enough for these 200 square meters. Not only reeds, but also oasis needs to be planted around. Nowadays, Bermuda grass seedlings cost 100 yuan per square meter. This crescent bay of more than 300,000 square meters needs at least 100,000 square meters of lawn to be planted around it. 100,000 square meters is 10 million yuan. In addition, he plans to build an oasis around Crescent Valley, which will be at least tens of thousands of square meters. The lawn will cost at least 13 million yuan. And add the desert giant cactus. Oh my god. There are also desert giant cacti. A 100-meter tall giant cactus costs 1,000 yuan each. He bought the cheapest one. Oh no, Reed's are most afraid of wind and sand, so he couldn't buy the cheapest one. He compromised and bought a 50-meter tall desert giant cactus, which costs 500 yuan each. If you want to plant a giant cactus every 10 meters, you need 260 giant cacti around Crescent Bay. 260 desert giant cacti cost 130,000 yuan. It turns out that poor people can't do anything. For such a small Crescent Bay, the desert giant cactus costs 130,000 yuan, the lawn costs 12 million yuan, and the reeds cost 7.5 million yuan, and they are 3 meters high. My god. This adds up to 19.63 million yuan. Oh my god, I have never seen so much money. A small scenic spot costs so much money, and it's not the top configuration. The top configuration starts at least 30 million yuan. Jiang Chen looked at the 130,000 yuan he just paid, and he simply, no, at this rate of making money, I will die of old age before I reach the heart of the desert. Ding-ling-ling. The vast horizon is my love. Who is it again? Jiang Chen was wondering, and the phone rang again. Jiang Chen was about to refuse the call, but he saw that it was Song Jiaqi calling, and he answered the call. Maybe there is a turnaround. Jiang Chen answered the call after he finished speaking. Hello, Jiang Chen. This is Song Jiaqi. This time Song Jiaqi didn't even mention the word Maoya. Yes, it's me. Have you discussed it? We have discussed it initially. Our general manager Zhang wants to talk to you. The phone was quickly handed over to a man, and a slightly hoarse voice came from the phone. Hello, I'm Zhang Wei from Maoya. I want to ask, in addition to live broadcasting green grass in your desert, is there anything else that can be live broadcast? After Zhang Wei asked, Jiang Chen knew that they must be afraid that the audience would get tired of him live broadcasting every day, so they wanted to see how much Jiang Chen could come up with. This also determined whether they would switch to Legio for Jiang Chen. After all, Maoya is currently the largest live broadcast platform in China. Yes, I have prepared a more spectacular project. I'm going to build a Crescent Bay scenic area in the desert. This scenic area covers an area of nearly 500 acres. There are greenland, water, and reeds in the scenic area. When the reeds are floating in the future, the scenery here will be too beautiful. You can also imagine the desert reeds under the sunset. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhang Wei was a little excited. Yes, someone planted reeds in the desert, and there was a Crescent Bay desert water source. This news is definitely better than Dongje who fakes things every day. Can you take a photo for us to see? Although Zhang Wei was excited, he was also a department head. After all, he was not a fool to be able to reach such a high position. What if Jiang Chen fooled him? After Zhang Wei finished speaking, Jiang Chen replied, "Okay, by the way, let's make it clear in advance that my signing fee is very high. Without 20 million, you can't sign me, and I'm already talking to several companies such as Daolu." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhang Wei laughed and said, "Don't worry, as long as you can show what you said, I'll guarantee you 20 million. Live broadcasting is very profitable now, and their signing fees are also very high. Many well-known anchors easily have signing fees of hundreds of millions, and the signing fee of Dongje, the first outdoor live broadcaster, has even reached 1 billion. After seeing Zhang Wei's agreement, Jiang Chen was relieved. At least the money for this scenic spot is expected to be solved. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen hung up the phone and prepared to take pictures. But to take pictures, you need a reed marsh. Let's plant 20 square meters first. Jiang Chen just bought 50,000 yuan of desert reeds, which is just right for planting. At this point, Jiang Chen clicked on the desert farming app, and after clicking on my seeds, a new seed grid was unlocked in the seed grid, and the new seed grid contained a few reeds. Jiang Chen clicked on the desert reed and slid to the lower right corner of the window. After a ding dong sound, a square meter of desert reed appeared at the end of Crescent Lake in the desert. After the reed landed, it quickly sprouted and then grew rapidly at a speed visible to the naked eye. After a while, it grew slender leaves and then broke through the leaves and grew branches. Looking at the reeds, Jiang Chen was surprised and almost jumped out. It's growing, and I'm going to be rich soon. Jiang Chen couldn't help but be ecstatic. When the 3-meter high reed grew up, the reed kept fluttering in the wind and making a whirring sound. This was definitely the most beautiful sound Jiang Chen had ever heard. No, I can't just plant it casually. I have to come up with something special for it. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen clicked on the one-click planting and then selected a small 5-pointed star shape on it. After clicking to buy, Jiang Chen paid 1,000 yuan and planted a 20 square meter 5-pointed star-shaped desert reed. After the reeds were planted, a large area of reeds were swaying in the wind in the Crescent Valley. It was spring, and the reeds were green. The slender reed leaves were connected together, and Jiang Chen smelled the scent of green. Very good, plant some more lawns. Jiang Chen knew that, if he wanted to get the 20 million signing fee, he had to be willing to spend money, so he planted 5 centimeters high Bermuda grass on the riverbank. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen used the remaining 60,000 yuan to directly buy 120 square meters of 5 centimeters high lawns. After the purchase, Jiang Chen spent another 2,000 yuan to plant them on the riverbank next to the reed marsh. After the lawn was planted, the green in the desert became more attractive. Jiang Chen plopped on the lawn. The 5 centimeters high Bermuda grass was so soft. Jiang Chen lay on it, smelling the fragrance of the grass and the smell of muddy water. This feeling. Ding-ling-ling. The boundless horizon is my love. Hello. I'm Song Jiaqi. Can you please send me a picture of Crescent Bay? Oh, I almost forgot. Jiang Chen was so intoxicated by the reeds that he forgot to send the photo. I happen to have your WeChat. Why don't we just video chat? Chapter 16 Sky High Signing Fee. Song Jiaqi was afraid that Jiang Chen was cheating. After all, it was very risky for her to change jobs with her supervisor. If Jiang Chen was cheating on them, they would be really blind, so they had to be careful. Sure, it was a blessing to have a beautiful woman chatting with him in the desert. After Song Jiaqi started the video, Jiang Chen pointed his phone at some desert reeds. He stood on a high sand dune. In the distance were pieces of swirling sand dunes. The afternoon sun was still a little hot. They heard the sound of the wind blowing the reeds. Looking along the phone, they saw a huge crescent-shaped valley. This desert valley continued to the sandhills in the distance. At the end of the valley, a large pentagonal desert reed was waving in the wind. Not only desert reeds, but also a large piece of green grass next to the reeds also turned light green and dark green with the wind. They could feel the sweet feeling of green across the lawn. Wow, what a miracle. The cold Song Jiaqi couldn't help but shout out, and a smile appeared on her face. The smile of a cold beauty was really heartwarming. "Can we go over and take a look?" A man appeared in the camera. He was in his 40s, wearing a suit, with a round head and a slight beard. He looked like a capable person. Of course. Jiang Chen treated it as a free-live broadcast for them. He walked down the sand hill and came to the grass. Although the grass was precious, in order to make more money, Jiang Chen still pinched a leaf and pointed it at the camera. "Look, this is real grass, not fake grass. I can prove it to you." Jiang Chen put it in his mouth and chewed it twice. It's really not to mention that the grass was a little cool in the mouth and it tasted really good. Of course, it's not a bad idea to try it fried. It's true. After Zhang Wei on the phone finished speaking, Jiang Chen walked to the reeds again. He bent a reed for him to look at carefully. Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi were stood in front of the French window. It was not only whether these were true, but for them who made money by live streaming, this was enough. After a long time, Zhang Wei on the other side said, "Very good. Thank you Mr. Jiang for bringing us such shocking news. I would like to ask again, in addition to these, can you share more desert wonders such as sandstorms?" "Of course, but there are no sandstorms now. When the sandstorm comes, I will definitely live broadcast the real sandstorm." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhang Wei on the other side nodded. He looked at Song Jiaqi, and Song Jiaqi also nodded. So Zhang Wei said, "We need to discuss with Mr. Li of Chili Live. Do you have any other requests?" After Zhang Wei finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. "What are you waiting for, if you don't ask now?" "Yes, the signing fee is 20 million, and I want 60% of the gifts. You have to recommend me on all platforms for at least 1 month. Give me a reply before this evening. After the evening, I will sign with other signing platforms." Jiang Chen looked at his phone. After he finished speaking, the phone showed that the time was 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the desert was afternoon, and it must be evening off work in Hangzhou, China, so Jiang Chen gave them enough time to discuss. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhang Wei nodded and said, "Okay, then we will give you a reply at 7 o'clock. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen lay on the sand dunes and began to study the farming plan. He wanted 20 million. The more than 10 million would be divided into the Crescent Bay scenic area, and the remaining money would be just enough for him to buy a car and then plant a desert giant cactus road from here to Mojiang, so that Li Yiren and others would no longer be afraid of getting lost when they come." Jiang Chen lay on the lawn, smelling the fragrance of the grass, while thinking about the scene, when he saw the goddess, thinking about it, and fell asleep unconsciously. He didn't know how long he slept. He was woken up by the phone. "The vast horizon is my love." Jiang Chen opened his eyes and rubbed them. The sunlight was so gentle. It was already evening, but there was no scorching sun. The red sunset hung in the sky, and the whole sky was red. "Hello, Jiang Chen, this is Song Jiaqi. Is it convenient to video chat now?" "Another video chat?" Jiang Chen wanted to refuse them, but when he thought about the tens of millions of dollars, it was not too much for people to be cautious, so he clicked on the video call. After a while, the other party answered the video call. This time they were not in the company. The sky in Hangzhou was already dark. "This is a villa." The crystal chandelier illuminated the hall very brightly. The mahogany decorated tables, chairs, etc. in the house looked very Chinese. There were 3 people sitting on a mahogany sofa. Song Jiaqi sat at the edge, Zhang Wei sat next to her, and there was another person sitting on the other side of the chair. The man was a little fat, with a long face and small eyes, but very bright. He was wearing a suit, and looked about the same age as Zhang Wei. "Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Li, the chairman of Chili Live. We are now at Mr. Li's home. Mr. Li will make the final decision on your matter, and make a decision. Under normal circumstances, even the big names find it difficult to meet the big boss behind the live broadcast platform. You can imagine how much Chili and the others value Jiang Chen. Hello, Mr. Li, I'm Jiang Chen. I'm engaged in desert tourism and desert outdoor live broadcasting. Do you have any questions?" Jiang Chen knew that this was an opportunity. As long as he could catch the express train of Chili Live, he would be able to earn enough money to build a scenic spot. After he built the scenic spot and attracted tourists, he could unlock the building materials mall. "Hello, young man, you are asking for a high price. Even the big names who have been live broadcasting for 2 or 3 years and have hundreds of thousands of fans only ask for a signing fee of 10 million. You are asking for 20 million for only half a day of live broadcasting. It's really a lion's mouth. Mr. Lee always speaks with a smile. This kind of good guy image makes it difficult for people to take the initiative to hit him in the face. Boss Lee, you also said that they have only hundreds of thousands of fans, but I'm different. I have tens of millions of fans. It seems that I have over 3 million fans in Mayo after half a day of clicks and subscriptions. You get what you pay for. Boss Lee, you are a businessman, you know. Jiang Chen sat on the lawn and chatted with Boss Lee. Boss Lee looked behind Jiang Chen. The red sun was hanging on the branches of the reeds, and the sky was also dyed red. The scenery was indeed beautiful. You should know that the desert has been concentrated and expanded in the past 10 years. Now China rarely has such weather. You are right. You get what you pay for. Nowadays, there are few live broadcasts on desert themes. They are very attractive and popular. Besides, you look good, which is very suitable for this job. Then you can live broadcast for 2 minutes for me first. 2 minutes is just enough for me to think about it. Although Chili Live can only rank second now, they are not short of money, let alone 20 million, even if it is 50 million, Boss Lee can afford it. There are 7 or 8 people on Boss Lee's website who have signed contracts with a fee of over 100 million, and more than 10 who have signed contracts with a fee of over 50 million. Jiang Chen's can only be regarded as the signing standard of a small god. However, Mr. Lee was considering whether to give Jiang Chen continuous publicity throughout the entire website, that is, whether to give Jiang Chen a god-making plan. After Mr. Lee finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Indeed, he needed to prove himself. Chapter 17 Job changed Chili Live. In the evening, in order to sign a contract with Legio Live, Jiang Chen picked up his phone and started live streaming to President Lee. Hello, Mr. Lee. Let me introduce you to Mr. Lee first. I'm located in the northern edge of the Sahara Desert. Its name is Mojiang Desert. 10 years ago, the Sahara Desert annexed Central Asia. 7 years ago, the Sahara Desert arrived in China, which is the desert under my feet. This desert is also called Mojiang Desert because it is close to Mojiang County. The Mojiang Desert has been very noisy in recent years. No one dares to come here. No less than 1,000 expedition members died here, so this is a veritable place of death. However, what I want to introduce to you today is my great invention. You read it right. I have mastered the technology of farming in the desert. In the years to come, I will broadcast my farming process on Chile every day at irregular intervals. Follow me, you can see the beautiful desert oasis lawn, the calm sunrise in the desert, the charming beautiful sunset in the desert, and of course, you can also be lucky enough to see a sandstorm that stretches thousands of miles in the desert quicksand sea that swallows mountains and rivers. Jiang Chen kept introducing, and Mr. Lee kept nodding and said, yes, yes, not only is he handsome, but he is also eloquent. After Mr. Lee finished speaking, Zhang Wei said, Mr. Lee, he is still a student of Shangjing University. What? A student of Shangjing University? Yes. That's the best university in China. No wonder the introduction is so literary. Mr. Lee was very satisfied. Jiang Chen held up his mobile phone and started live broadcasting again. Mr. Lee, please look, this is the first desert scenic spot I built. Its name is Mojiang Bermuda Desert Oasis Scenic Spot. This is the Crescent Bay Scenic Spot in the Bermuda Desert Oasis Scenic Spot. In the future, it will be full of desert reeds. There will be clear river water, and the two sides will be full of the softest and noblest desert Bermuda lawns. When the time comes, as long as you come here to travel and lie on the Bermuda lawn, you can see endless reed catkins floating in the wind. Jiang Chen live broadcasted for 5 minutes before stopping. After Jiang Chen finished the live broadcast, Mr. Lee was completely conquered. He stood up and applauded. Okay, okay. Signed, signed. Must be promoted on all platforms. In addition, Liao Zhang, Zio Song, you to come here to be my general manager and content director. After Mr. Lee finished speaking, Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi also happily shook hands with Mr. Lee. The two sides reached an agreement. Jiang Chen looked at the 3 people and said, it's okay to sign the contract. I have to state in advance that the 20 million must be transferred to me in advance. I want to use this money to continue to build the Crescent Bay scenic area so that there will be a more shocking live broadcast effect. Okay, you can discuss the specifics with Director Song. By the way, Director Song will be directly responsible for your packaging and promotion in the future. Director Song will send you the contract electronically later. After Mr. Lee encouraged Jiang Chen a few words, he opened the red wine to celebrate. You know, he picked up a treasure. As long as Jiang Chen can live broadcast well, they will defeat Maoya in no time. At night, Jiang Chen lay on the lawn and felt so happy. Just a few days ago, he, Jiang Chen, was still a pauper who was so poor that he couldn't even afford to be sick and was driven out by others. But now, who dares to call him a pauper? Do you know what a multimillionaire is? Question mark. Mom, Dad, Grandpa, I'm getting closer and closer to you. You're watching me from the sky. I'll definitely go to the depths of the desert to find you. At night, the starry sky covered the Mojiang desert like a big pot. Jiang Chen just lay on a soft oasis and looked up at the sky. For the first time, he was full of confidence in the future. Ding dong. You have a new message reminder. Jiang Chen turned on his phone. It was an email from Penguin Mail. Jiang Chen clicked on the email. It was an electronic contract. Yes, it was the contract given to him by the Chili Live platform. Jiang Chen read the contract very carefully because there were many people who were deceived by the contract. 5 minutes later, Jiang Chen finished reading the contract. It was a god-making contract of the Chili Live platform. The contract stipulated that they would package and promote Jiang Chen on the entire platform, including a 1-month platform homepage live broadcast recommendation and various support background message reminder recommendations. Of course, they also made a requirement for Jiang Chen, that is, he must broadcast live for at least 2 hours every day, except for special circumstances. Even in special circumstances, the live broadcast time must be made up in the later stage. In terms of the distribution of money, they will pay Jiang Chen a signing fee of 20 million, and all the gifts will be divided into 60% and 40%, with Jiang Chen taking 60% and the platform taking 40%. The contract is signed for 2 years. If Jiang Chen changes jobs within 2 years, Jiang Chen will pay a penalty of 500 million to the Chili Live platform. After reading the contract, Jiang Chen was very satisfied. Anyway, he was not going to change jobs, let alone go to Maoya. Not only would he not go to Maoya, but he would try his best to get rid of Dongjet and then severely humiliate Maoya to let them know what it means to disrespect talents. The vast horizon is my love. Hello, Jiang Chen, this is Song Jaki. By the way, have you read the contract? Do you have any questions? I have read it, Mr. Song, no problem, I will sign it. Jiang Chen hung up the phone, then wrote his name at the bottom of the contract in handwriting mode, and then pressed his fingerprint next to it with an electronic fingerprint. It is now 2023, and the world is developing very fast, especially with the advent of the internet era. People have long abandoned the backward era of paper contracts when signing contracts, and now have changed to electronic contracts. After signing the contract, Jiang Chen registered for a live streaming platform on Chili, and then logged into an account given to him by Chili. 66's, the best account among the best. After logging in, Jiang Chen decided to make a premiere today, but before he could do so, Song Jaki called him again. The vast horizon is. Hello, Mr. Song, I have sent you the contract. Don't call me Mr. Song, I'm no older than you. Just call me Song Jaki or Jaki in the future. By the way, I want to inform you that we have discussed and decided that it is better to proceed step by step, so you don't need to broadcast the Crescent Bay scenic area first. You can broadcast the Guanayanshan San Sea scenic area for half a month, and wait until the audience has seen enough of that scenic area, then switch to this scenic area. After Song Jaki finished speaking, Jiang Chen's heart moved. Call her Jaki? This, such a beautiful person, calling her by a nickname, is simply difficult to say. Mr. Song, I think I should call you Song Jaki. By the way, shall I start live streaming tomorrow? You can call me Song Jaki, but we will promote you for 2 days. You don't need to broadcast during these 2 days. You will start live streaming from the day after tomorrow. In addition, the Crescent Bay scenic area must be kept confidential and not let anyone know. Otherwise, even if the secret is leaked, you will be responsible. After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, Jiang Chen asked, "No one can know?" "No." "Okay. It seems that, even if Li Yiren and the others come, they will not be able to enjoy such a beautiful reed sunset view. However, it doesn't matter, the scenic area is not built yet anyway." Chapter 18. 20 million received. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen quickly became idle, because he didn't need to live broadcast. He didn't say a word all night. When he woke up the next day, Jiang Chen rubbed his eyes and slept very comfortably on the lawn. In the morning, the sun was shining brightly on him. Jiang Chen felt a little refreshed. He didn't know why he slept very soundly on the lawn of Bermuda in the desert. He didn't hear his phone ringing many times. Jiang Chen stretched himself, took out the cup beside him, drank a few sips of water from the giant cactus, and turned on his phone. "Hey, there's a text message." Jiang Chen opened the text message. It was a message from his bank, Huanan Bank. 200 million yuan has been deposited into your account. Please check it carefully. Wow, the money has arrived. Chili Live is really awesome. I will definitely work hard for you. Jiang Chen was so happy that he almost jumped up while holding his phone. After the money arrived, Jiang Chen opened the address book again. Song Jiaqi called him more than a dozen times in the address book. "Hello, Song Jiaqi, my money has arrived. Thank you." "You're welcome, you deserve it. By the way, hurry up and prepare for the live broadcast. I'm busy here. I just transferred to Chili Live, so I have a lot of things to do. Contact me if you have anything." After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, Jiang Chen hung up the phone. With money, he would be busier. "Okay, let's not talk about anything else. Let's build his scenic spot first." So while Fatty Wang was away, Jiang Chen took his mobile phone and started buying desert reeds. When he opened his mobile phone, Jiang Chen directly bought 7.5 million desert reeds. 7.5 million sounds like a huge sum of money, but buying desert reeds can only buy more than 30,000 square meters. That is, 45 acres of desert reeds. 45 acres of reeds on the plains of Jiang Chen's hometown would cost less than 2 million at most, but this is a desert. After buying the desert reeds, Jiang Chen used the one-click planting function to design the pattern. His desert reeds were scattered in the Crescent Bay of Desert, which covers an area of nearly 400 acres. These desert reeds cannot be planted randomly, because they need to be connected into a landscape. The top reed field is designed into an oval shape, the middle one is designed into a diamond shape. Add a 5-pointed star here on the left, and add one here. After Jiang Chen arranged the layout, he clicked on the planting of the Crescent Bay depression in front of him. As soon as he clicked on the continuous planting, the system prompted that the cost of this planting was 10,000 yuan. Seeing the number, Jiang Chen almost dropped his phone. "Why is it so expensive? Do you want to make 10,000 yuan from me casually?" Jiang Chen was very angry. The consequences were serious. Jiang Chen decided to plant it himself. The sun was not very hot in the early morning. Jiang Chen held up his mobile phone and jumped into the Crescent Bay depression to start planting. Although the Crescent Bay scenic area is quite large, it is not very tiring for Jiang Chen to plant, because he only needs to drag the seeds into the planting frame to complete the planting of 1 square meter. Even so, it took him 2 days and 1 night to plant more than 40 acres of desert reeds. When the last square meter of reeds was planted, Jiang Chen collapsed on the ground exhausted. However, lying in the desert, Jiang Chen thought of saving 10,000 yuan, and Jiang Chen suddenly felt relaxed. This is the charm of money. Late at night, Jiang Chen wanted to plant some more desert giant cacti, but he was too sleepy, so he put on a warm blanket and lay on the lawn to sleep. As soon as his eyelids closed, Jiang Chen fell asleep in a second. I don't know if it was because of the lawn or because he was too tired. He lay on the grass and slept until the next afternoon before waking up. For some reason, the afternoon sun was still a little hot, but Jiang Chen didn't feel the heat. Just like at night, when the temperature in the desert was -10 degrees, Jiang Chen didn't feel cold. In the afternoon, The wind blew from the swaying desert reed forest, and a cool breeze hit his face, damp, a bit like rain. It's raining? How is it possible? How can it rain in the desert? Jiang Chen looked around, and the cool breeze came from the reed forest. He looked carefully, and my god, there was a miracle in the reed forest. That's right, at this moment, under the sunshine, water droplets gradually condensed in the air beside the reed forest. These water droplets flew towards the reed forest, and soon they fell on the reed leaves, and then fell on a piece of white sand along the reed tips. The sand was wet, and soon, there were more and more raindrops, and Jiang Chen actually heard the sound of rain, and the raindrops formed a line along the tall reed leaves. Wow, this is such a strange rain. Can you imagine the feeling of facing the green reed forest and the rain falling like a curtain of rain? It's so spectacular. The raindrops are getting bigger and bigger. Soon the soil in the desert is soaked. The raindrops keep falling, and soon the desert soil turns into puddles. Jiang Chen thought that Crescent Bay would become a world of water, but he waited for a long time and the lake didn't appear after all. In the evening, the water drops gathered by the reeds stopped, and Jiang Chen was a little frustrated. Jiang Chen lay on the grass and looked at the wet reed forest against the red sunset. The scenery is beautiful, but it lacks. By the way, didn't the system say that reeds need a lot of green plants to condense water? Why don't I plant Bermuda grass? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen jumped up from the grass, as if he had been electrocuted. He turned on his mobile phone and directly bought 11 million desert Bermuda grass, all of which were 5 centimeters high, and then planted 1 square meter by 1 square meter along both sides of Crescent Bay. Jiang Chen didn't know how long he had been planting. When he looked up, the sunset had already set. When he looked up again, the round moon was already hanging above his head. Jiang Chen planted tirelessly until late at night, and he finally planted the entire circle around Crescent Bay with desert Bermuda grass. After planting desert Bermuda grass around Crescent Bay, Jiang Chen felt a little hungry. He had nothing to eat, because Fatty Wang hadn't come back from shopping yet, so Jiang Chen cut a piece of Bermuda grass and started eating it. Under the moonlight, Jiang Chen sat on the flat ground by the shore. He ate Bermuda grass while drinking the desert giant cactus water he brought. For some reason, Jiang Chen suddenly felt like a sheep. After he was no longer hungry, Jiang Chen picked up his phone again. He was reluctant to use one-click planting because he wanted to spend all his money wisely. The planting activity continued from 1 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock. The desert was bright very late due to the latitude, and it was still dark at 7 o'clock. In the endless night, Jiang Chen looked a little lonely, but after planting more than 10 million desert Bermuda grass, Jiang Chen did not feel lonely, but became happier. Finally done. This will be a feat that will shock the world. The Crescent Bay Scenic Area, this cost an investment of nearly 20 million, and its value in the future will exceed 100 million, 1 billion or even 10 billion. Jiang Chen fantasized, and he became more energetic. Chapter 19 Preparing for Live Broadcast. Before dawn, Jiang Chen bought another 260,000 yuan worth of desert giant cacti and planted them by the lake. Originally, he only needed to plant 130,000 yuan worth of cacti, but Jiang Chen shortened the distance between them to 5 meters per plant, so that when the cacti grow up, they will become a wall of cacti, and they will protect the desert reeds from the wind and sand, and Jiang Chen will feel relieved. After Jiang Chen finished planting the 260,000 yuan worth of desert giant cacti, it was already afternoon. After a few days of hard work, Jiang Chen was almost collapsed. I'm so tired. Go back and rest. Jiang Chen was sleepy and tired. He walked to the desert reed forest and lay down on a piece of green grass and fell asleep. He slept until the next morning without realizing it. At dawn, Jiang Chen heard the sound of water. He thought he was dreaming, but the sound sounded real, as if, the desert reeds really gathered into a river. Jiang Chen couldn't believe his eyes. He pinched himself. It hurt a lot, it hurt a lot. It's true, there is water in the desert, there is water in the desert. Jiang Chen knew that once he broadcast live on the Chili Live platform, it would definitely make the whole world crazy. Jiang Chen was so excited, the sun was shining hot. He took off his clothes and jumped into the cool water with a splash. As soon as he entered the water, the cool water touched every capillary in his body, making him feel like he was bathing in a fairyland. Jiang Chen swam a circle in the water. The water was very deep. The water on the shore was more than 2 meters deep, and it was 4 or 5 meters deep in the middle. Jiang Chen swam beautifully in the water for an hour before coming ashore. At noon, looking at the golden ripples in the Crescent Bay Lake, coupled with the patches of emerald green reeds, Jiang Chen suddenly felt like he was back to his childhood when he went to Wanjiang to swim secretly. When Jiang Chen was immersed in the golden memories, his cell phone rang with a ding ding sound. The vast horizon is. Hello, Jiang Chen, this is Song Jiaqi. You will have your first live broadcast in the desert tomorrow. Are you ready? Ready. How is the promotion going? After Jiang Chen asked, Song Jiaqi sighed and said, didn't you go on large IO live broadcast in the past 2 days? No. Are you busy? Very busy. Well, I don't know what to be busy about in the desert, but I want to tell you that you have to start the live broadcast on time at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I hope you can bring surprises to everyone. Also, your live broadcast room will be promoted on the homepage tomorrow. If nothing goes wrong, you will become the new god of large IO. After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. He was very short of money now, so he needed this opportunity. After chatting with Song Jiaqi about the live broadcast for a while, Jiang Chen hung up the phone. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen stared at the rippling Crescent Bay in front of him. The Crescent Bay scenic spot is good, but it can't be broadcast live now. Tomorrow is the first live broadcast. If the Bay sand dunes are broadcast live, it seems we must do something different. Jiang Chen was thinking about what to do, and suddenly his phone rang again. Ding dong. System prompt. Congratulations on the initial construction of the Mojiang Bermuda Desert Oasis Scenic Area. You will get a new seed. Oh my god. The first task is completed. The surprise came a little unexpectedly. Jiang Chen always thought that the construction of the desert tourist scenic spot and the recruitment of 10 tourists issued by the farming system was one task, but he didn't expect it to be 2 tasks. Great, there are new seeds again. I was worried that there was nothing to broadcast live. Jiang Chen said. He clicked on the desert seed mall. After clicking it, a small red flower appeared in the seed box. Small flower. Jiang Chen was a little surprised. The seeds given by the system were basically very practical things. Why did it give a small flower this time? Whatever, let's plant it and see. Jiang Chen clicked on the little red flower, and soon the introduction appeared on the right side of the seed pavilion. Seed introduction. Congratulations on obtaining the desert rose seed. After the desert rose seed has been improved, it requires very little water and can bloom the largest and most beautiful flowers in the world. In addition, the desert rose is named the queen of the desert because of its beautiful flowers. Desert rose? It's really great. Planting a rose in the desert, it's hard not to beat brother Dang. Jiang Chen fell into a yearning for a better life. He stood in an endless desert oasis, standing in a sea of desert roses that stretched as far as the eye could see, and the enchanting flowers extended all the way to the blue mist in the early morning. Price reminder, because of the difficulty of transformation and the high ornamental value of the desert rose, the price is also very high. A 1 meter high desert rose costs 1000 yuan, a 50 centimeter desert rose costs 500 yuan, and a rose seedling costs 100 yuan. System prompt, please buy and plant it. Oh my god. Jiang Chen was suddenly pulled back to reality from his dream. That's right. 1000 yuan per rose, such an expensive thing, it's almost killing me. Let me calculate, 1000 per rose, 10 roses is 10,000, and I want to create a sea of roses, at least 50 acres of land, even 50 acres is too small, at least 100 acres of land. How many roses are needed for 100 acres? Normally, 1 acre of land can plant 5,000 to 6,000 roses, but Jiang Chen's roses must not be planted so densely. Then 1 acre of land must be planted with at least 500 roses. 500 roses is 500,000. 1 acre of land alone costs 500,000, and 100 acres of land is 50 million. Speaking of 50 million, Jiang Chen was overwhelmed. Where the hell was he going to make so much money? It was a complete rip-off. It was an impossible task. Jiang Chen sighed. He looked at his balance. He had directly charged 20 million last time. Crescent Bay Scenic Area directly spent 18.76 million. Now he still had a balance of 1.24 million in the mall. With 1.24 million, he could only buy 12,400 1.5 meter tall roses at most. But if he thought about it carefully, these more than 10,000 roses seemed to be enough to create a sea of roses, as long as he didn't plant them too densely. So, thinking of this, Jiang Chen could only click to buy. He cleared all his balance to buy desert roses, and then walked towards Guan'an Mountain Scenic Area. It had been 2 hours since he arrived at Guan'an Mountain Scenic Area. Jiang Chen walked very slowly all the way. After arriving at Guan'an Mountain Scenic Area, Jiang Chen stood on the high Guan'an Mountain and looked at the surrounding land. He began to think about where to plant desert roses. Desert roses must be planted under the protection of desert giant cacti. Now they can only be planted on the west side of the mountain, or on the east side of the mountain. The west side is the Bermuda Lawn area, so it seems that they can only be planted on the east side. Jiang Chen looked at the undulating sand dunes on the east side of Guan'an Mountain. He made up his mind and clicked to plant. A rose seed fell to the ground. It took only a moment for the seed to take root, sprout and grow. In a moment, a desert rose as tall as a person grew up. This rose is different from other roses. Its base is very thick, like an arm. It grows branches upwards. The branches are full of oval and wide leaves. The dark green leaves are surrounded by thorns. Jiang Chen pushed aside the rose tree that looked like an umbrella. As soon as he stretched out his hand, it bounced back with a cry. My hand. The rose neck was full of thorns. It was really a rose with thorns. Jiang Chen's finger was pricked and bleeding. The bright red blood dripped on the rosebud, making the rose even more red. Chapter 20 Dang Jie's provocation. Forget it, I won't touch you. But why are these roses only buds and not blooming? Jiang Chen was a little puzzled, but who cares? Let's plant the land quickly. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen started planting again. He clicked on the roses and planted them directly on the ground. These roses were 3 or 4 times larger than ordinary roses. A rose tree could occupy about 4 square meters, so this saved Jiang Chen a lot of money. After planting more than a dozen desert roses, Jiang Chen suddenly thought that he had to leave a road for tourists in the future, so Jiang Chen replanned the sea of roses. Okay, leave a human-shaped road and build a manor in the middle of the human-shaped road in the future. The name is Rose Manor. Also, plant roses all the way to the desert giant cactus and surround the cactus in the future. This will be more distinctive. Well, leave a few more roads. Jiang Chen planned for an hour or so and walked down the sandhill to plant again. This kind of planting lasted until dusk. When dusk came, more than 12,000 roses were all planted. After planting the roses, Jiang Chen dragged his tired body to climb Guan'an Mountain again. In the evening, the western sky was full of fiery clouds. He looked back to the eastern side of the mountain. In the yellow sand, patches of red were dotted in the large green. The rose sea had a unique flavor. At night, under the moonlight, Jiang Chen lay on the top of the mountain. Although he was tired, he was very happy. Finally, I have finished planting. I will see if it will bloom tomorrow. By the way, I should go and see how Legiolive promotes me. Jiang Chen took out his mobile phone. Before he opened Legiolive, he saw a push message pop up on the screen of his mobile phone. This was the news recommendation of the Mega News client. Dang Jie, the first person to broadcast outdoor live on Mayoaya, responded to the rumors of desert fraud and will challenge Jiang Chen, the new king of Legiolive, who loves farming. Oh my god, it's on the news. Jiang Chen never expected that Legio would make such a big move. Jiang Chen clicked on the news. It was a video interview. In the interview, the first person to broadcast outdoor live on Mayoaya stood in the office of Shengmao Building, the tallest building in Shangjing, and accepted an interview with reporters. Reporter, excuse me, Brother Dong, what do you think about the online questioning of your fake live broadcast in the desert? Brother Dong, what do you think? Haha, do you think I, Brother Dong, am that kind of person? Reporter, no. Brother Dong, some netizens said that you suppressed the new anchor Jiang Chen who loves farming on Mayoaya and used your connections to force Mayoaya Live to block Jiang Chen's live broadcast room. Is this true? Brother Dang, they are framing me. I'm just a live broadcaster. Do I have such a big right? These have nothing to do with me. It's just that Zhang Wei, the former head of the content department, wanted to switch to Legio Live and deliberately discredited me and Mayoaya. Reporter, did you suppress the nuking Jiang Chen who loves farming? Brother Dang, wait, please pay attention to your wording. He is not the nuking, and he can't become the nuking. The reason why his traffic is high is because he hyped it up with my name. I can only say that this kind of person is despicable. Reporter, now the Chili Live platform is promoting Jiang Chen, who loves farming, on the entire platform. You were also recommended by the Chili Live platform back then. What do you think of Jiang Chen, who loves farming? Do you think he can beat you and become the first person in outdoor live broadcasting? A group of reporters holding microphones were looking at Dang Jen, who was sitting on the sofa with his legs crossed. He had short hair and a smile on his face. I'm telling you, Jiang Chen who loves farming can't possibly become popular. Also, don't compare him to me. You're comparing a pile of shit to a flower. You're insulting me. Since you have to compare him to me, well, I'm going to make a statement today. Jiang Chen who loves farming, and people on Chili Live, listen to me. I, Brother Dong, officially challenge you. Aren't you promoting Jiang Chen who loves farming on all channels? Do you think you can catch up with me like this? Today I'm going to make a bet with you. If your online viewers are more than half of mine, I, Brother Dong, will kneel down and call you daddy. After Brother Dong finished speaking, he looked at the reporter with a pair of sharp eyes, scaring the reporter into a cold sweat. Reporter, do you really think that Jiang Chen who loves farming is just a flash in the pan? Reporter, will you really kneel down and call me daddy? Reporter, Brother Dong, no, he will kneel down and call me daddy. And if that kid dares to accept the challenge, I'll call him brother first. After Dang Je finished speaking, the reporter wanted to ask more questions. Dang Je stood up. A group of security guards came to him. The security guards blocked the reporter and said, today's interview ends here. You guys go interview Chili Live. After the reporter was driven away, Jiang Chen was furious. I dare not accept the challenge. I even planted water in the desert. You dare to say that I'm timid? I will reply to you now. Jiang Chen was ready to reply him, but Jiang Chen found that he didn't even have an influential account. How could he respond to others without an account? Register for Weibo first. Jiang Chen downloaded a Weibo account after he finished speaking and then clicked to register. After registering, he was about to post a Weibo to accept the challenge, but suddenly saw the top hot post on Weibo. Yes, it was about him again. Mayoaya responded to the content manager's departure and declared war on Chili Live. Jiang Chen clicked into the post, which contained a lot of reports. Mayoaya Outdoor Live broadcast master declared war on Chili New God. Experts predict that no one will watch Chili New God's debut tomorrow. Fuck your experts. Live broadcast leader Mayoaya declared war on Chili platform. Chili platform remained silent. Chili Live broadcast platform stocks fell for 3 consecutive days. If this god-making movement fails, I'm afraid Chili Live broadcast will withdraw from the live broadcast industry. It seems that the situation is not very optimistic. Jiang Chen continued to browse Weibo. Indeed, the situation was not optimistic. The news was one-sidedly biased towards Mayoaya Live broadcast, and Chili Live broadcast platform did not respond at all. The outdoor leader with a net worth of 10 billion Dang declared war on Jiang Chen, the new god who loves farming, and has been pushed by Chili for 3 days, saying that if he has half of his audience, Dang will kneel down and call him dad on the live broadcast. Chili new god is afraid to respond, and may become the biggest cannon fodder in the live broadcast industry. Fuck, when did I not dare to respond? I just don't have as much free time as you guys, okay? The more I read this broken news, the more angry I am. Jiang Chen directly closed the hot post and then submitted a V application on his Weibo. He had just submitted it, but he never expected that his V application was approved in less than 2 minutes. Not only that, the Weibo system actually pushed his account directly to hundreds of millions of supporters. Jiang Chen just watched his fans increase from 0 to 1,000 in the blink of an eye, and then 10,000, 100,000, and in less than half an hour, it broke 1 million. He was completely stunned. What do you mean? Weibo, you are just watching the fun and don't mind making trouble, right? No wonder these new media are catching hotspots. As long as there is a hotspot and a discussion, they would like to report even the dog shit smells good. Chapter 21. Challenge the number one outdoor player. As more and more people followed his Weibo, the number of private messages Jiang Chen received also began to grow explosively. 1, 2, 10, 100, 1000. Almost every private message to Jiang Chen asked him why he didn't dare to accept the challenge of Dong Zhen, the number one outdoor person. Was it because he was afraid? Jiang Chen was speechless. Jiang Chen wanted to edit a Weibo post to send, but he didn't know how to say it. After thinking about it, Jiang Chen raised his head and took a photo of the starry sky and then added a line of text. The starry sky is so beautiful, but I'm afraid the kneeling person can't see it. After the Weibo was sent, the number of comments and reposts on Jiang Chen's Weibo began to grow rapidly. Jiang Dong Daily, excuse me, is this a declaration of war on the number one outdoor person? Huashan Entertainment News, Chili Live finally responded, and Jiang Chen, who loves farming, officially declared war on Dong Zhen. Rumor, Jiang Chen, who loves farming, officially responded under pressure from public opinion, fearing that he would be beaten by Dong Zhen and couldn't sleep late at night. Oh my god, can you self-media have a bit of humanity? Don't you use your eyes when reporting? Jiang Chen was very angry. He clicked on the microblog of the gossip. The news posted by the gossip was actually all about education. Rural teachers have higher salaries than urban teachers. Urban teachers, why? Rural teachers have an average salary of 100,000 and they want to increase their salaries. Netizens, we don't agree. The Ministry of Education announced that schools are prohibited from publishing students' test scores. Netizens, we don't agree. A primary school student was doing homework late at night. His father sent a private message to the teacher. The other party's reply was speechless. Jiang Chen was very angry when he saw the news reports that the editor criticized education. He clicked on a few of them. There were also screenshots of teachers and students swearing at each other on WeChat. Some of the comments below had thousands of comments. Oh my god, do you have to be so fake? Just Photoshop the WeChat to cause a quarrel between parents and teachers and then reap the benefits? Jiang Chen clicked on the comment. Gossip, I heard that if you post an article that criticizes education, spies from various countries will pay you according to clicks, right? I have already inquired about it. If you make more than 100 comments and cause a huge conflict between parents and teachers, the United States will give you 1000 yuan, the Sun country will give you 500 yuan, Taiwan will give you 600 yuan, and India will give you 21 yuan. I heard you complain when you ate at my restaurant last time. You also scolded the after-school tutoring institutions for paying you too little. In fact, it is not bad to get so much money for blackening education once. After Jiang Chen finished his comment, he set a permanent ban on him. Southern Entertainment. Tomorrow, the struggle between Mayoire and Lei Jiao will directly determine who will return to the position of the leader in live streaming. At present, this news has become a hot search. Jiangxia Entertainment. According to reports, Mayoire has made an in-depth study of Lei Jiao's live streaming. They are not afraid of it. Jiang Chen, who loves farming, may be suspected of hype by posting on Weibo late at night. Looking at the media that blackened him one by one, Jiang Chen was helpless. There was nothing he could do. This was because he was not famous. If he was as famous as Dong Zhen, then these media would lick his ass. However, it didn't matter. When they licked his ass tomorrow, Jiang Chen would slap them in the face one by one. Late at night, Jiang Chen just responded when his phone rang. It was Song Jiaqi who called. What was the matter with the call in the middle of the night? Hey, Jiang Chen, delete your Weibo. Song Jiaqi, the queen on the other end of the phone, spoke a little coldly, which could be seen from her cold face. Why? We have to keep a low profile. You don't have a fan base, and your Desert Live broadcast has already been watched by people on Mayoire, so we can't beat Dong Zhen. Also, Mr. Lee said that our Lei Jiao stock continues to fall, and he has already made plans to give in. If the live broadcast effect on the first day is not good, you may have to be removed from the homepage recommendation. After Song Jiaqi finished speaking, Jiang Chen felt depressed. Was this forcing him to use a big move? It seems that Maoai and Anjie really want to show off their power to him. No, a gentleman's word is as good as his bond. How can I admit defeat? Jiang Chen, you are still young, you are only 19 years old. No one can predict the future. Take your time. Don't argue with Brother Dang. You have to cherish your future, otherwise. Jiang Chen hung up the phone. He was a man with a terminal illness, who was farming in the desert. Was there anything in this world that he was afraid of? After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen lay on the Greenland and fell asleep under the starry sky. After Jiang Chen fell asleep, the people of Legiao Live and Maoai Live were still awake. The dawn before the war made people on both sides a little nervous. At Maoai headquarters, a 60-story building was brightly lit. Although it was 1 o'clock in the morning, Chairman Li Xiang and the directors of various departments were still awake. In the conference room, the head of the new content department yawned. He looked at everyone and said, "Chairman, don't worry so much. His chance of winning is zero. He is just a new anchor. He doesn't have any fan base. Not to mention, Dang Zhen is an old anchor who has been active in outdoor live broadcasts for 5 or 6 years, and his fan base is over 100 million. There is no comparison at all." After the content director finished speaking, the operations director also stood up and said, "Yes, Chairman, just wait and see Legiao make a fool of himself tomorrow. Their stock will hit the limit tomorrow, and then we will directly acquire it and see how arrogant they can be. Don't underestimate him." Since Zhang Wei is willing to give up Maoya's generous treatment for this person, it proves that this person is still capable. In addition, Legiao has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to support him. I'm afraid this person will cause a sensation as soon as he appears. Well, Director Khan, please arrange it tomorrow. Let's recommend Anjie's outdoor live broadcast through all channels. Also, notify Anjie to see how his selection of the scenery is, and don't make any mistakes. No mistakes will be made. This time, Brother Dang will broadcast live at Changjing Film and Television City. There will be many celebrities to support him. This time, Jiang Chen, who loves farming, will definitely be beaten. In addition, Brother Dang said that he does not need to be recommended at the top, otherwise it will be a great distrust of him and his fans. After Director Khan finished speaking, Li Xiang nodded. As long as Brother Dang broadcasts live with celebrities, the battle will basically be a sure thing. At this moment, at the headquarters of Chili Live in Hangzhou, on the top floor of a 70-story office building, half of the Chili Live employees are working overtime. In the chairman's office, several supervisors are sitting next to General Manager Li. Mr. Li's eyes were full of bloodshot. He hadn't slept for the past few nights. He now regretted why he let Jiang Chen, who loved farming, come to his platform. Now their Chili Live's assets have shrunk by more than 1/3, and today is another limit down. Mr. Li, I think we should cancel tomorrow's god-making plan. Otherwise, if the live broadcast is not effective tomorrow, it will cause our company's stock to fall again. At that time, our company's assets will shrink by hundreds of millions a day. If this continues, we will go bankrupt within a week. After the financial director finished speaking, Mr. Li leaned on the sofa and closed his eyes. His eyes hurt badly. "Mr. Li, we have been preparing for a few days. If we give up without trying, isn't it a pity?" Zhang Wei stood up and spoke. The financial director shook his head and said, "Mr. Zhang, there is something I don't know whether I should say or not. This bet should not have happened. I now suspect that you are a spy sent by Maoai. After all, if the website goes down, they, the directors, will be unlucky. You know, they all have company stocks." After the financial director finished speaking, Zhang Wei stood up and wrestled with him. "Who do you say is the spy?" "I say you are the spy. You won't stop until you destroy our Chili, right? Let go, let go." If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 22 Awkward Black Screen. Zhang Wei and the financial director started fighting. Song Jiang reached out to pull the two people apart, but the financial director would definitely not let go. The other directors sat in their seats without moving. Song Jiang went to beg them, but one of them slammed the table and said, "Why are you trying to persuade me? If I had listened to you, I shouldn't have taken Dongje to Maoai last time. That's right. When we were the most prosperous, you led our top anchor to jump ship to Maoai. Now that we have regained some popularity, you come here to be a traitor. You think President Lee believes you? Do we believe you? That's right. You had a conflict with President Jiang back then, and we didn't say anything if you took Dongje away. But don't we know that you just want to harm us now? What the hell is this Jiang Chen? How do you think he can compete with Dongje? Relying on the desert to grow land? If land can be grown in the desert, the United States would have taken him away to enjoy a good life." Several directors were angry. Zhang Wenyi on the ground was still fighting with the financial director. They knocked over chairs one after another and even knocked the conference table to the side until Mr. Lee, whose head was swollen, opened his eyes and yelled, "Enough. Get out." The people on the ground finally stopped, and the people who were working overtime outside the office stopped. They leaned their heads to see what was happening in the office, but Song Jiang locked the door. "Mr. Lee, get out." Although Mr. Lee looked very kind on the surface, he was really scary when he got angry. Several directors went out in disgrace. Song Jiang helped Zhang Wenyi, whose head was broken, up. Zhang Wenyi reached out and wiped the blood on his head and said, "Forget it. Since everyone hates me, I will leave after I help you raise the stock price." After saying that, Zhang Wenyi also pushed the door open and walked out. At 8 o'clock in the morning, Huago arrived at work time. It was another grey weather with no sunshine. I don't know how long this kind of weather has lasted, and I don't know how long it will last. People still sit in the crowded subway to go to work as usual. There is no change in work and life. It's just that on this day, they are more or less paying attention to the battle between Maoai and Lejiao. You know, this is the only ripple on their calm lake. At 8 o'clock, all the Lejiao people entered the work mode. They fired at full speed, just for the last fight. Zhang Wenyi had 2 circles of white cloth wrapped around his head. Although his head was smashed, he was still making the final mobilization, as if he had been injected with chicken blood. Get busy. Get busy. Content department. All channels recommend Jiang Chen's live broadcast at 9 o'clock. In addition, notify all anchors, big and small, to introduce fans to watch Jiang Chen's live broadcast for the last battle of Lejiao. Got it. Song Jiang's voice was still a little cold, and soon Song Jiang, wearing black stockings, walked towards the content department. Security department. Cheer up, don't let hackers take over the website. After Zhang Wenyi finished speaking, the people in the security department responded lazily with a received. Zhang Wenyi then ordered the department in charge of network technology to monitor the background at all times. The number of visitors today may break the historical high. They must ensure that the network cannot be stuck at all. Even if 100 million people appear in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room, the network cannot be stuck. After the supervisor finished speaking, the people in the technical department did not respond. The technical director sneered, 100 million people, it would be good to have another million. Zhang Wenyi ignored him. Anyway, he would be responsible for everything that happened at that time. After all the instructions were given, the people in Chile finally got busy. At 8:10, the huge recommendation position at the top of Jiang Chen's homepage began to count down to Jiang Chen's live broadcast debut. Maoai live. Everything was normal. Dongje's live broadcast did not appear on the homepage. All recommendations were the same. Maoai's managers were also drinking coffee and enjoying a peaceful day. Maoai's general manager Lee even began to think about acquiring Chile Live in a few days. 8:30, 8:50. As the time got closer, all the people on Chile breathed a sigh of relief. Although Jiang Chen's live broadcast room was still dark, his popularity had begun to soar. By 8:58, the number of people in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room had reached 120,000. At 9 o'clock, a luxurious feast in the live broadcast industry began. Dongje, the first person in Maoai Outdoor, was the first to start broadcasting. The moment Dang Jie started broadcasting, the number of people online in Dang Jie's live broadcast room in Mayowa had reached 5 million, while the number of people online in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room was only 200,000, a full 25 times difference. The people on Chile immediately became discouraged, and even President Lee sighed and walked into his office. Hello everyone. I'm Jiang Chen who loves farming. From today on, I will bring you the latest news about the Sahara Desert on Chile. Please support me. The first broadcast began. At 9 o'clock, the sky in the depths of the desert was still dark, and the surroundings were still a little dark. Jiang Chen turned on his mobile phone, and the barrage in the live broadcast room was instantly full. I'm here to challenge. Hahaha. Is this the new god of Chile? As expected, Brother Dang is right. You are not even qualified to carry Brother Dang's shoes. Big fish and begonia. Hey, what's going on? We are the fans who followed Mao Ya. Live broadcast well, and don't give up easily. Slim and get a good figure. Handsome boy, don't give up. We specially registered an account to support you. We must defeat Brother Dang. Brother Dang's fans number 10,000. I'm here to say hello on behalf of Brother Dang. Are you, the second stroke anchor, scared silly? Why are you so nasty? Brother Dang's alliance, you must be nasty if you are too embarrassed to see people. Dang support group. Hahaha, an anchor that even God can't save. You are going to lose badly this time. Go to Brother Dang's live broadcast room and kneel down to apologize. The comments were soon filled with people who criticized Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen looked at the live broadcast room and wondered, who of you bastards is too embarrassed to see people? I don't want it to get dark either. Isn't it because it's still dark in the desert? Blame me. Jiang Chen sighed. It was too dark to broadcast live. He might as well go to Dang Jie's live broadcast room. Anyway, the competition would take a whole day, and it was still early. In the night, Jiang Chen sat on a bare sandhill and clicked on Mayowa Dang Jie's live broadcast room. The moment Jiang Chen clicked on Dang Jie's live broadcast room, all the fans went crazy. Dang Jie's fan alliance. Oh my god, this son of a bitch came to admit defeat and called daddy so quickly? Cheyenne Zidao, are you kidding me? How can you be so spineless? I was going to support you later. Salted fish with no dreams, that's right. So spineless. Forget it. I won't support this trash anchor who loves farming. Jiang Chen. In the live broadcast room, Dang Jie looked at Jiang Chen coming in and he smiled. Jiang Chen sat on the sandhill and looked at Dang Jie's live broadcast room. Dang Jie in the live broadcast room was indeed very stylish. He was wearing a flowered shirt with a short haircut and mousse. Although his face was a little dark and not very handsome, he was very resolute and strong. A beautiful woman stood next to him. If Jiang Chen was not mistaken, this was the Chinese superstar Fan Jiabing. Hello everyone. Today I brought you to Shangjing Film and Television City. Shangjing Film and Television City is the largest film and television city in my country, without a doubt. There are thousands of crews shooting here every day, and there are countless superstars here. Everyone is so lucky today. I met the internationally famous movie star Fan Jiabing right after the broadcast started. After Dang Jie finished speaking, the fan group was boiling. Jiang Chen, oh my god. Dang Jie is mighty and domineering. Shenmu Jia, who can beat Dang Jie with this popularity? Chapter 23. You are so beautiful. In the live broadcast room, Dang Jie was very excited. He held up his phone and looked at everyone and said, come on, teacher Fan, say hello to everyone. After Dang Jie finished speaking, Fan Jiabing, who had long hair that was so beautiful that it made people crazy, stretched out his hand and waved to everyone and said, hello everyone, I'm Fan Jiabing. Today I'm in Beijing filming a costume drama called The Killing God List. I hope everyone will support you in the future. Dang Fan must support. Support. It has only been less than 10 minutes since the broadcast started, and Jiang Chen found that Dang Jie's online fans have reached 10 million. He is really worthy of being an outdoor super god. Now let's go find other big stars. Today Dang Jie will stay in the film and television city for a day and will definitely satisfy everyone. After Dang Jie finished speaking, he walked forward again. Soon he met the domestic young meat Kaikun, who was filming a basketball scene. The beautiful little fat man. Wow, Kaikun. New. Wow, my Kaikun is so handsome. Can I go and say hello to him? Soon the female fans in the live broadcast room went crazy. You know, K-Kun is the hottest fresh meat in the entertainment industry. Seeing this, Dong-jae walked straight towards K-Kun. When K-Kun saw Dong-jae, he took the initiative to stand up. Hello, Mr. K. I'm Dong-jae from Mayo I Live. My fans like you very much. Can you say hello to everyone? K-Kun was wearing a sportswear with a red ribbon on his head and a basketball in his hand. He looked cool, which made a group of fans in the group scream. Hello everyone, I'm actor K-Kun. I'm very good at basketball. Yes, I'm here to shoot a new play called Ball You Are So Beautiful. Everyone, please pay more attention to it. Jiang Chen has been watching Dong-jae's live broadcast. It must be said that Dong-jae also invested a lot of money for this live broadcast. In fact, all the adventures here were arranged a few days ago, including meeting Fan Jiabing and K-Kun. These were all arranged by Dong-jae and the Mayo I team with the crew. Mayo I Live advertises the crew's play, and at the same time these stars also bring super traffic to Dong-jae's live broadcast room, so this is a win-win situation. Seeing that the popularity of Dong-jae's live broadcast room has exceeded 15 million, the people of Mayo I Live began to celebrate. Yes, although the live broadcast industry has reached its golden age, the popularity of anchors has always been very low when they just start working. Under such circumstances, Dong-jae's popularity has exceeded 15 million, which is conceivable. The people of Mayo I were celebrating, but the people of Legio Live were in tears. It was obvious that they had realized that they were going to lose. Zhang Wei, who had always had confidence in Jiang Chen, passed by the technical department. The director of the technical department even laughed and said, "We have prepared technical support for 100 million people in the live broadcast room. You should hurry up and reach 100 million. Deputy General Manager Zhang Wei walked away silently. In the content department, Song Jae-ki wanted to call Jiang Chen and tell this guy to hurry up and broadcast the live broadcast and not watch Dong-jae's live broadcast. You have to know what Legio has bet on for him." But Jiang Chen was broadcasting live after all, so Song Jae-ki gave up the idea. Time passed quickly. After Dong-jae ran into several big stars in a row, the number of fans in his live broadcast room has reached 2,350, which is the highest value that many big anchors can imagine. At this moment, seeing that he has already won, Dong-jae said in the live broadcast room, "I guess some people are ready to kneel down and call me daddy." After Dong-jae finished speaking, a sea of 6666 appeared on the screen. Jiang Chen looked back at the sky. It was already bright. The rising sun in the distance was very respectful. The sun was about to come out, and the sky was full of the rising sun. Jiang Chen, who loves the desert. "Okay, it's dawn. I'm going to go back to live broadcast, and you can criticize me if you want to." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he exited Mayo I Live and reopened his own live broadcast room. In the past half hour, although the number of people in his live broadcast room has increased slowly, it has reached more than 700,000. After all, he was recommended on the homepage of Chile. After returning to the room, Jiang Chen greeted everyone. "Hello, new friends. Now I'm starting a new day of live streaming. First of all, you are so lucky to have chosen to open my live streaming room. Today I will broadcast the sunrise to you. I want to ask, how long has it been since you last watched the sunrise?" Jiang Chen finished speaking, and the comments in the live streaming room started to fly. "Squid who loves diving, it's been a few years. Since I started working, I've been so busy every day. How can I have the time and energy to watch the sunrise? I did go to Kinshan last year to watch the sunrise, but it was grey and completely different from what I imagined. Jiu Shao, how can I have time to watch the sunrise now? Anchor, you won't say you can let us see the sunrise. Ziyu Kong, how about broadcasting a sunrise for us? Hahaha, let those of us who are already working watch the desert sunrise online. Innocent baby, support. Support." Looking at the comments that all said that they hadn't seen the sunrise for a long time, Jiang Chen knew that this wave was going to be stable. Jiang Chen stood on a high sandhill. He opened his arms, welcoming the wind and sun in the early morning of the desert. This feeling of freedom and vastness made people's hearts broaden. What are you waiting for? Click on the largest screen. Let me show you the desert sunrise live, Jiang Chen said, and he switched the rear camera. The camera showed endless sand dunes. At the end of the dunes, a golden light flashed out, and the morning glow in the sky covered the entire east like a golden umbrella. The red morning sun just nodded in the golden morning glow, and soon the morning glow became brighter and brighter, and the sun became bigger and bigger. In the live broadcast room, more and more people chose to click on the maximum screen. Whether they were working, studying, or farming, as long as they were watching the live broadcast, they all chose the largest screen, for fear of missing every detail of the sunrise. Time flew by little, and the eastern sky suddenly shone brightly, and the rosy clouds in the sky also dispersed. The morning of the desert came. It was not as gentle as on the plains, not as fierce as on the mountains. It had a calm and warm feeling. Jiang Chen took back his phone and began to turn the camera to the sand dunes. The sand dunes in the desert are very interesting, especially this primitive desert. Its sand dunes are like fish scales, stacked layer by layer all the way to the vast horizon. At this moment, the sand dunes are shining brightly under the scorching desert sun. The squid who loves diving, wow. So shocking. I was suddenly very moved. Maybe this is what life is like. Luo Gulong Dan Qiang. I don't know how long I haven't watched the sunrise. To be honest, it's really touching to watch the sun rise up little by little in such a detailed way, and then watch the rosy clouds in the sky. Green hair, thank you for bringing us the desert sunrise. If I have the chance, I really want to sit on the sand dunes and watch the sunrise. The feeling of the whole world being quiet makes people look forward to it. The nonsensical little star took 10 rockets. Jiang Zia's brother took 2 rockets. The boss of Asia gave a super yacht. Thaxindang gave a super yacht. As the desert sunrise ended, the gifts in Jiang Chen's live studio started to appear instantly. Indeed, with the fast-paced life in the city, more and more people began to ignore the nature of nature. They were busy with their lives, and sometimes they didn't know what they were busy with after a day's work. So Jiang Chen awakened their rethinking of life, and awakened their dreams of yearning for nature, and they were willing to spend money on Jiang Chen. Chapter 24 I started to work hard. After the sunrise broadcast, Jiang Chen looked at his live broadcast room. His live broadcast room has reached 5 million popularity. Although he is still far from Dong Zhe's 25 million. For someone who has just started live broadcasting, this is great news. Okay, after watching the desert sunrise with everyone, let's do something else. By the way, I see that there are a lot of people talking about me online. Now that I have started live broadcasting, they must have a lot to say to me. Then I will go to Weibo to see. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and he clicked on Weibo. After clicking on Weibo, his fans have reached more than 3 million. This surprised Jiang Chen. There are a lot of fans. Good news. Let's take a look at the comments. Jiang Chen posted a Weibo before the live broadcast. The content of the Weibo was that his live broadcast this time would amaze the world. Sure enough, there were a lot of comments and reposts below. Northern Entertainment. A newborn calf is not afraid of a tiger. Jiang Chen, who loves farming, challenges Dong Zhe, the first outdoor person. As soon as the broadcast started, he was abused by Dong Zhe and his back was not visible. It turns out that the old ones are still the best. Jiang Chen Entertainment. I'm afraid you can't change the world, but you will change Chile. Chile may disappear from the live broadcast industry from now on. Zio Panpan. Come on, Anchor, I support you. Nanshan Yiba. Anchor, I'm optimistic about you. Come on, I just like farming. Jiang Chen smiled at these comments. It seems that the mainstream media and those self-media are still not optimistic about him, but with so many fans' encouragement, Jiang Chen is still very pleased. It seems that everyone doesn't think much of me, but it doesn't matter. The game has just begun, and the excitement is always behind. Jiang Chen opened his Weibo and posted a new Weibo. Wait and see. Before dark, I will slap you guys in the face with my strength. After Jiang Chen finished posting, he closed his Weibo. There are many fun places in the desert, so Jiang Chen was not worried about losing to Dong Zhe at all. After coming down from the desert mountain, Jiang Chen broadcast the desert scenery to everyone for 2 hours. It was soon time for the sun to rise above the pole. It was not yet noon for Jiang Chen, but because of the time difference, it was already noontime for people in China to get off work, so more and more people were watching the live broadcast. At noon, the number of people online in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room had reached 7 million, and it was about to break through 10 million soon. Jiang Chen casually clicked on Weibo, and his live broadcast of the desert sunrise had already become the #1 hot topic on Weibo. Jiang Chen opened Kyandu again, and his live broadcast of the desert sunrise had already reached the 10th place on the search list. It must be said that more and more people began to pay attention to him. But it was different for Dong Jie. Dong Jie's outdoor live broadcast project this time was celebrities. There were many celebrities in Shangjing Film and Television City, but Mayowa would not buy all the crews and celebrities for live broadcast after all. You know, there is still a big gap between live broadcast celebrities and real celebrities. So when it was time for lunch, Dong Jie could only meet first tier, second tier or third tier celebrities, and many of these celebrities were not known to the audience, so the popularity of Dong Jie's live broadcast room began to decline. At noon, just after lunch, Jiang Chen saw that the popularity of the live broadcast room had slowly increased to 9 million. After all, compared to watching second and third tier stars, everyone was still very interested in the unknown desert. Seeing that the popularity was almost enough, Jiang Chen took his phone and walked towards his scenic spot. That's right, he had been live broadcasting in the desert just now and did not go to his own scenic spot. Good afternoon, everyone. I took you to appreciate the desert scenery for the whole morning. Now I will take you to see one of my unique inventions. It is not an exaggeration to say that this invention has been rated as the 9th wonder of the world. What is that? Come with me to have a look, Jiang Chen said as he climbed over several sand dunes and came to the entrance of his scenic spot. Yes, what I want to share with you is the Mojiang Bermuda Desert tourist area that I created. See those rows of desert giant cacti. This kind of cactus is extremely precious. There is no Sahara desert, but there is in South America. However, due to the crazy expansion of the world's deserts, even in South America, this kind of giant cactus has become extinct. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he switched the camera to the desert giant cactus. In the camera, nearly 100-meter long desert giant cacti stood proudly in a golden desert. Their round necks are very interesting, and this is a death desert, so it is even more attractive. Beiming Yulu, wow, is it true? Can things be grown in the desert? Ocean heart, it doesn't look fake. Also, how can things be grown in the death desert? Xianshan Entertainment Morning News, we don't believe it. This goes against scientific principles. Anchor, do you dare to prove it to us? Jiang Chen knew that someone would doubt it, so he walked straight to a giant cactus, took out a knife, and cut a piece of it, then took a cup to catch the water. After catching half a bowl of water, Jiang Chen drank it all in one gulp. Big fish and begonia, did you see it? Did you see it? This is real. Flowing castle, the color doesn't look fake, and this thing can be drunk. It's really fun, I really want to see it. Riding the world gave 5 rockets. Jingshan Rice gave a cruise ship. Soon Jiang Chen's live broadcast room was filled with another round of gifts. After Jiang Chen introduced the desert giant cactus, he held up his phone and continued to set off. By the way, I want to advertise to everyone. My scenic spot welcomes everyone to travel, but now because the road to Mojiang has not been repaired, it may take some time. When the road is repaired, I will notify everyone in the live broadcast room. I hope everyone can come to Mojiang scenic area to experience it in person. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a wave of comments quickly refreshed on the barrage. Difficult to climb a tree, you must go. BB, support. Support. Next, I will introduce another feat to you. See that green? That's right, it's the Bermuda lawn. No one would believe that a lawn could really be grown in the desert, even though Jiang Chen had already broadcast it live a few days ago, and the grass at that time was very small. Most people may not know about the Bermuda lawn. It is a very soft and green lawn. This kind of lawn is a very high-end grass among many lawns. It is mostly used in villa areas and high-end golf courses, so people rarely see it. But today I will take you to have an intimate contact with the Bermuda lawn. Jiang Chen said as he walked towards the Bermuda superflat. When he arrived in front of the Bermuda lawn, Jiang Chen first showed everyone a general view of the distant view. It must be said that the Bermuda grass grows really fast. In just 1 week, it has grown 3 centimeters high. After Jiang Chen finished live streaming a green meadow, he started live streaming a close-up of desert Bermuda grass. When he got close, the green and slender grass was floating in the wind, and there were no insects on it. Not only that, a crystal drop of water fell on the Bermuda grass leaf, and then slid down into the sand along with its slender leaf. This scene was captured by Jiang Chen with his mobile phone, and he was live streaming at the moment. So soon, the people in the live streaming room were jubilant. Yes, it is a miracle to grow grass in the desert, not to mention such a beautiful moment. Desert poplar forest. Wow, it is so beautiful, especially the moment when the water droplets slid down. My heart was trembling. I must give a reward. Songbay, reward, reward. This is the most satisfying live broadcast I have ever seen. No doubt about it. Chapter 25. The Navy is coming. Soon, more and more people gave tips. It was a time when China had nothing to do after dinner, so more and more office workers watched the live broadcast. They all had salaries, so they were generous in giving tips. Soon, Jiang Chen received gifts worth tens of thousands of yuan. Thank you for your tips. In addition, I especially thank you for supporting me when all the media didn't think highly of me. I bow to you all here. Jiang Chen bowed to his audience in front of the camera after he finished speaking. He was a young and handsome guy, and he was so simple and polite that he quickly attracted a lot of people's favor. They also clicked to subscribe to Jiang Chen. Such a host, they followed. At the headquarters of Chili Live, when Jiang Chen's popularity reached 10 million, the entire content department was instantly jubilant, and Song Jiaqi was so excited that she cried with joy. 10 million, 10 million. In just one morning, the tips have exceeded 700,000. Royal sister Song Jiaqi also clenched her fists. At this moment, she really wanted to cry bitterly to relieve him from the grievances he had suffered in the past 2 days. Oh my god. This guy really managed to grow grass. All departments, hurry up and work overtime. Once the news of the desert growing grass spreads, I'm afraid his live broadcast room will really exceed 100 million. Don't let the website crash. Get busy. Looking at the number of people on the huge display screen of Chile headquarters, the technical director instantly sat up from the sofa. He put down the tea in his hand and started to talk to the technical department. The technical department began to perform emergency technical maintenance and upgrades, and the operations department manager saw that Jiang Chen was really awesome. They quickly abandoned their previous prejudices and quickly started operations on Weibo, Mega News and other places. Quickly gather the water army to post online, and send another 10,000 water army to advertise in Ang's live broadcast room. The operations director put out the cigarette in his hand, and he turned and walked back to the operations department. Dozens of employees in the operations department started working at the same time. They were afraid that if they were a little slow, they would delay important things. It's done. It's done. As long as we hold on for another half an hour, the news that grass has grown in the desert will be transmitted to all parts of the world through this live broadcast room, and then the traffic of our Chile Live will reach a new historical height. President Lee couldn't help but clench his fists as he looked at the huge backstage monitoring screen of Chile's live broadcast room. At the same time, at Mayowa headquarters, they were also monitoring Jiang Chen's live broadcast room. When they saw that Jiang Chen's live broadcast number exceeded 10 million, the new content director hurried to report to the chairman. Chairman Li Xiang didn't watch the live broadcast because he didn't pay attention to this battle at all. There are so many anchors who declare war on Ang every year just to get fame, but how many of them are really successful? None. So, when the new content director reported to the chairman, Chairman Li Xiang still said nonchalantly, "Don't be nervous. His popularity is 10 million, and Ang's popularity is 24 million. It's far from enough. What's more, they are promoting through all channels. Once they stop the promotion, their popularity will be gone in an instant." The content director wanted to say something else, but was afraid that President Lee would think he was making a fuss, so he had to withdraw. At the same time, a large group of water army poured into Dang Je's live broadcast room. Although Dang Je's live broadcast room became popular in an instant, he was soon dumbfounded. Farming is strong. They are all third tier stars. What's so good about them? Come with me to watch the live broadcast room of Jiang Chen, who loves farming. He is broadcasting planting grass in the desert, and it's high quality grass. I love Jiang Chen. Hey, these unknown stars, what's good about them? It's not like we haven't seen them before. Let's go to watch Jiang Chen's Death Desert live broadcast. I'm very picky. I just went to watch it, and it's true. Jiang Chen's live broadcast room is really cool. The desert sunrise and the desert grassland are all real, and the anchor is more handsome than this Dang Je. Good ghost, is it true? I'm very picky. If you don't believe me, go and see it. God knows that I'm great. Dang Je is rubbish. Jiang Chen is awesome. Exclamation mark. Star. Dang Je is rubbish. Jiang Chen is awesome. Soon, the water army started to post comments in Dang Je's live broadcast room, and the fans in Dang Je's live broadcast room were also not calm. They turned around and went to Jiang Chen's live broadcast room to post negative comments. So soon the number of people in Dang Je's live broadcast room dropped at a visible speed. At this moment, the number of people in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room began to surge. These were fans who were fooled by the water army and Dang Je's fan club. Anyway, after this wave of operations, the number of online viewers in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room has instantly soared to 15 million, while Dang Je's popularity has dropped to 20 million. Welcome new friends. In the following time, let me continue to explain the Bermuda lawn to you. This kind of lawn is different from the lawn in the villa area and the stadium. The desert Bermuda lawn I cultivate does not breed mosquitoes. In the hot summer, you lie on the stadium full of mosquito bites, which is unbearable. But it's different here. You don't have to do anything here. You just need to close your eyes and enjoy the tranquility of the night. By the way, my Bermuda lawn also has a calming effect. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, everyone in the live broadcast room asked half doubtfully, "Beauty donkey, is it true? Is there such a magical grass? Are there any experts watching the live broadcast? Can you explain it?" The Botanical Research Center of the University of Harvard in the United States. "Can this grass be photographed closer?" Entertainment. "Oh my god, it's really a professor from the United States. Awesome. Your live broadcast room even attracted experts from the United States." Seeing that some experts questioned, Jiang Chen pointed his phone at Bermuda grass. He took a very careful photo, from the root to the leaf. After the photo was taken, the US had a Botanical Research Institute in the live broadcast room began to comment. The US had a Botanical Research Institute. "This looks like Bermuda grass, but I'm curious about why it can grow in the desert. As far as we know, even cacti and poplars can hardly survive in the Sahara desert. Can you tell us how to cultivate it?" Jiang Chen looked at the question in the live broadcast room and shook his head and said, "This is confidential. This is the biggest secret to solving desertification. I can't talk about it here." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Hada responded again. The US had a Botanical Research Institute. "After discussion, we decided to hire you as a professor at our university. Are you interested? Sky is really blue, wow. Hada. That's one of the best universities in the world. Thank you. Yes. The best university. I really want to study there. The anchor is so lucky. Big fish and begonia." The anchor said during the Mayowa live broadcast that he was a top student from Beijing University. He could go to Harbin University for further studies. Oh no, he could go to Harbin University to be a professor. Wait. He became a professor at Harbin University at the age of 19. Jiang Chen, the handsome anchor, is the pride of Chinese people. Just as Jiang Chen was communicating with the officials of Harbin University, another university soon began to respond. Columbia University in the United States. "Excuse me, can we invite you as a special professor?" University of Shenzhen in England. "Our university has made great achievements in the plant world. We are willing to cooperate with you to establish a desert technology research institute. We will bear all expenses and provide the world's most advanced laboratories." Excuse me. Jiang Chen looked through Weibo and soon found that the topic of implanting grass in the desert had become a hot search on Weibo and also on the Qiandeng search hot search. Needless to say, on the international version of Chile, there must be more international friends who got the news and started watching his live broadcast. Question mark? End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.